I was like, you already had it. Oh yeah, I was ready. They didn't say anything kinky. Sorry, guys. That had me dying. That was so funny. And he was like a little bit tall. Barely. Like worse than right. You can have something like it fits like most of these cameras. Yeah. So those that suck. But sometimes like there's one place to go to. It's like it's like a cable.
Just like a game show, keep my team, that's my bestie. Let me say I got a blessing, and I swear he's blessing me up. There's no way in hell I see you blessing me up. Mama said I love you, exactly. Don't know why the river's on the tip of my tongue. Found someone I'm falling for. You lead me back with talking more now. Bodies that you caught before. Make me mad at you for. Thousand on your head. 200 on your nail. Feel like a tell.
Eric.
I'll make them open up Chanel. I'm a stand-up guy like that Chappelle. I was cursed you by the spell. That you got
Sandwich with mayo or just all sandwich?
I gotta make it sausage.
Yeah, you looked up. We never get ham.
There's another ham one in
The
there.
chicken is better.
I kind of wanted the chicken.
What?
I wanted the chicken.
No, that ham is chicken is fire. More chicken. Don't so dry. They be skipping us with the ham. That was the first. I don't know. That was the first ham sandwich I ever got. I just like it. I like it straight up. You don't like mango? That's just that much water is just different.
I drink more, but it depends on the water. I'm kind of like.
That's all we got. It's always cold. I want to cheer you up. Just I want to cheer you up.
Give your mom a poster.
Let Hello again, everyone. This is Joe Dunn along with Terry Peterson. We're glad you joined us today right here on Big Time Sports as we bring you University of Mount Union Purple Raiders baseball. It's game 2 of an Ohio Athletic Conference doubleheader here at Mount Union as the Purple Raiders won game number 1 by a score of 11-3. And Terry, they were down 3-0, came back to win it, and they stay alive in the Ohio Athletic Conference baseball tournament race. That's why this second game is so important.
Yeah, Purple Raiders were down 3-0 going to the bottom of the 6th, but put 11 on the board in the following 3 innings, again, to stay alive in the OAC race.
Right now, let's take a look at the batting order for the visiting Muskies of Muskingum. First-year head coach Jay Kruper. They will lead off with Sam Permeri batting first, playing second base. Toby Keek will bat second, play left field. First baseman Weston Merrick will hit third. Center fielder Wyatt Reeder will hit cleanup. Ryan Schwartz will hit fifth. He's a designated hitter. Right fielder Aiden Reese will hit sixth. Connor Thaman will hit seventh. He'll play shortstop. Louis Hess will hit eighth. He'll play third base. And the catcher, Benny Hess, will hit ninth. Today's starting pitcher in game 2 for the Muskies is Eric Coover. There's a starting pitcher for Mount Union, Terry. I don't know if you have the numbers on him, but he's got a big assignment today. He's got to try and win this game, go a long way in the nightcap of the doubleheader as Mount Union, as we said, tries to stay alive in the conference race.
Leo Fernara is the starting pitcher today for Mount. As you look at him on the screen, number 39, he comes into this game with a 5-2 record, 6.00 earned run average.
Here's Sam Palmieri. He takes that first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. As we said, Mount was down 3-0 in that first game, come back with big innings. That's when fouled right against the press box here. We are located between home plate and first base. Right here at Rayfield Rogers Baseball Field. First time I've been out here. Beautiful facility here at Mount. And the big thing right now, Terry, make this game complete because
official.
the weather's
Yeah.
on the way, right?
Yeah, 4.5. Mount's in the lead. 5 if the Muskies are in front to become an official game. Palmieri, the leadoff batter for Muskies.
Swings and hits that one right back of the screen and out of play.
Real good year, batting .314 coming into today's games. Leads the Muskies in multiple categories. Runs scored with 41. He has 2 triples on the year. He also has well, he came in with 4. He also had a homer in game 1, so he now has 5 home runs for the Muskies.
Takes that one just to the outside corner. Full count here on Palmieri, leading off game number 2. Three-two pitch, that is in the dirt outside, so Palmieri becomes the first base runner of the game. One more look at that, Terry. That floated outside and low, it looked like.
Yeah, definitely low.
Here's the left fielder, Toby Teak, hitting the number 2 hole. And let's see what Jay Kruper tries to do here to move those runner along here, trying to maybe get in a scoring position early.
Palmieri can run. He's got 20 stolen bases on the season for the Muskies over at first.
He takes that one for a called strike. There you take a look at the base runner, Sam Palmieri. He's a sophomore out of Mainville, Ohio, Kings High School.
Teak comes into the day batting .302 for the Muskies. Number 2 batter in the Muskies order.
Infield shifted toward the right, maybe in double play drift, hoping for a ground ball.
You can see the sky is starting to get a little
dirt.
bit, yeah, it darkened a little bit over the last few minutes.
Teak waiting on the 0-1 pitch. Takes that one outside corner for a called strike.
I'm sure you'll be able to see it on the TV there that you're watching, but we have artificial turf here in the infield at Mount Union.
That one's hit foul. Head coach Paul Hesse in his 28th season here at Mount Union.
Just picked up,
1982 grad at Kent State.
just picked up his 600th career win last week for the Purple Raiders.
There's Palmieri, the runner at first base. He walked. Here they start off the game. Ground ball right through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Palmieri will stop at second. Teak becomes the runner at first. So Muskie's got something going here in the top of the first.
Solid line drive in between shortstop and third base. Muskie's off to a great start here.
There's Weston Mellick. He in the third hole, the first baseman, number 28.
Mellick leads the Muskies with a .348 batting average coming into today's game, but he squares the bunt.
Yeah, took that one right across the letters for a called strike. Palmieri out at second. Teak the runner at first. Nobody out here in the Muskies' top of the first inning.
Squaring again.
Yeah, Fornera. Starting pitcher for Mount. Sophomore out of Chagrin Falls High School.
I think the rain's starting to come down a little bit. My eyes don't deceive me.
Fornera ready again, takes a look back at Palmieri and throws that one in the dirt. Well, artificial turf here at Mount, they can take a little bit of moisture, Terry.
Yeah, in the outfield, I'm sure.
As long as you don't have a downpour, looks like they'll try and play through this.
Keep the thunder and lightning away, we'll be in good shape.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Boy, good fastball. Went right after him, Terry, for the first strikeout of the game.
Yeah, big out. Kept the runners at first and second, got that first big out against one of the best hitters in the Muskies lineup. He threw that fastball right by him. Here's a Let's take a peek at it. Yeah, right past him. Was a little late.
Here's the cleanup hitter, center fielder Wyatt Reeder. Batting with one out, runner still on first and second. Once after that first pitch and drills it against the screen. Yeah, the wind blowing, you can feel that, that rain coming in the press box a little bit. As you take a look at the base runner, Toby Teague.
Wyatt Reeder batting from the left side. Comes into today's game batting .328.
Tries to bunt that one and bunts it one hop against the screen.
That time he was bunting for a base hit there. Not obviously a sacrifice situation now with one out. Muskies looked like they wanted to try to play small ball a little bit here in the first inning, try to get a lead.
Well, they had a 3-0 lead in game one until Mount exploded.
Yeah.
They had big innings in the middle of the game and end up winning that 11-3. 0-2 pitch, got him. Back-to-back strikeouts by Fornera.
Again, fastball. 2 strikeouts in a row, both on fastballs by Fornera.
Here's a designated hitter, Ryan Schwartz, trying to come up with a big 2-out hit for the Muskies.
Nice stop. Nice stop. Joey Prokop, the catcher for Mount Union, down to his knees to make sure that ball stayed in front of him, kept the Muskies runners on first and second.
High chopper, right side. First baseman's going to take that unassisted. So Mount gets out of trouble in the top of the first inning after Palmieri and Teague get on base. Fornera, 2 big strikeouts. And after 1/2 inning of play here at Mount, no scores. The Purple Raiders get set to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Terry, why don't you do the honors, introduce this Mount Union lineup as they get ready again to try and sweep this doubleheader.
Chris Villamonte will lead off for the Purple Raiders. Play third base, Andrew Whitty, second baseman, batting second. Zach Mazza will be the center fielder, batting third. Jared Lehman at first base will bat fourth. Luke Ickes, the left fielder, batting fifth. Joe Lennart, the designated hitter, will bat sixth. Aiden Schroeder will play right field and bat seventh. Joey Prokop is the catcher, batting eighth. And Alex Stegman bats ninth and plays shortstop.
For Mount Union, as we said, they will bring up Villamonte, Whitty, and Mazza.
Take a look at Muskingum's pitcher on the mound, Eric Coover. Comes into today's game with a 4-3 overall record, and he has a 4.21 earned run average.
Rain still coming down here at Mount Union.
Yeah.
If you've been on the Mount Union campus, the baseball and softball complex just south of the main campus. But a really nice complex here at Mount Union with the artificial turf.
Very nice. Coover, as you still continue to see him take his warm-up pitches as a senior for the Muskies. Went to high school at Wheeling Park in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Right there across the river from Steubenville. Here's Chris Villamonte to lead off the Purple Raiders, bottom of the first inning. Third baseman. Boy, he made a nice play in that first game, Terry. Came in on that little short hopper, grabbed it with one hand, and fired on the first base for a big out.
Yes, he did. Villamonte, a junior, came up here all the way from Naples, Florida to play baseball for the Purple Raiders.
Coover hits that first strike outside corner.
You don't see those baseball players from Florida wanting to come to Ohio to play baseball too often.
There's a lot of them down there.
Yeah,
they play year-round down
did.
there.
They did. Villamonte comes in to today's game batting at .338. He does lead the Mount Union Purple Raiders in doubles with 15. A lot of speed.
Takes that one just outside. They list him at 5'10", about 190.
Yeah. Worked the count to 2-1.
Coover ready again. Breaking ball, just got a piece of that one.
Viamonte started all 39 games now.
Yeah, he's a fixture out there at third base
Yes,
for head
yes.
coach Paul Hesse. Just got a piece of that one and fouls it back to the screen.
Stayed
Trying
alive.
to stay alive is Chris Viamonte.
Did a great job just getting bat on the ball. Waiting for that next pitch, and hopefully it's a mistake. He can put the ball in play.
Very good look at him. Fly ball center field.
Through the raindrops.
Wyatt Reeder scampering back and makes the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now number 26, Andrew Whitty.
Yeah. Here's the replay again. Made contact. Flew it up fairly deep center field. Reeder with the catch for the Muskies.
Here's the number 2 hitter for the Raiders, Andrew Whitty.
Yeah, batting .393. Leads the Mount Union squad and second in the OAC in batting average coming into today's games.
This gets the start at second base today. He again made a really nice play in that first game.
Yes, he did.
Going toward the second base bag.
At a key
Pivoted
point in
on
the
that
game.
right leg and threw it on, and the first baseman stretched and made the play. So defensively, Mount was solid in that first game.
Whitty, as I mentioned, batting .393, also leads the Purple Raiders in runs scored with 37 hits on the season, 59 coming into first game today. He also had 2 triples. He's pretty good on the base pass too. Only been caught 1 time all season.
Played his high school baseball up at Mentor, one of the best public school athletic programs in the state.
They're good in almost all the sports, aren't they, Joe?
Whitty waiting on a 3-1 pitch. Boy, he swung right through that one. Was right on top of that one. Good stroke there by Whitty. Take a look at him. Number 26. Fouls that one back. Again, breaking ball, just got a piece of that one. They'll do it again at 3-2. Just misses outside, ball 4. So the Raiders have a base runner here with 1 out in the bottom of the first.
Here's a look at that 3-2 pitch. Coover throws a fastball, a little high, a little inside. Actually, I believe that might have been the pitch prior to that.
Here's Zach Mazza, the center fielder for Mount, hitting in that 3-hole. He'll try and move Whitty, who walked with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Fly ball, right side, second baseman looking up into those raindrops, and he's going to make the catch. That was Sam Palmieri that drifted back about 4 or 5 steps back on that outfield grass and makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Mazza went after the first pitch, dipped his shoulder a little bit, popped it up. Second baseman. Plenty of time to get back underneath it and make the play.
Here's the cleanup hitter for Mount, Jared Lehman. Big first baseman. Saw him make a number of good plays in game number 1.
Lehman, a senior for the Purple Raiders, batting .292 on the season.
Gateway High School, Monroeville. There's the throw to second. Head first slide, and Whitty's in with a stolen base. Got a pretty good jump, Terry.
Yeah. Actually, an off-speed pitch made it a little bit easier for him to get there as well. Stolen base on the season, number 14 for Andrew Whitty.
So Whitty out there in scoring position, base hit, possibly could give Mount Union the lead here in the bottom of the first. Throw back, not in time. Trying to keep him close. With 2 out here in the Mount Union first inning. Muskies had 2 runners on in the top of the frame, but boy, Eric Coover really settled down and struck out Mellick, struck out Reeder, and got Schwartz to ground out to the first baseman.
That's down. No, it's not.
Fly ball center field, and that's the third out of the inning. That was a center fielder drifted back. That was Wyatt Reeder to make the catch. So Mountain gets a runner to second base. They can't score. 1 inning in the books. Here in Alliance, no score.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
Joe Dunn, Terry Peterson back at Mount Union as we play in the second inning here in game 2 of the doubleheader, with Mount winning the first one 11-3, trying to sweep the Muskies. And for the Muskies here in the top of the second, Aiden Reese, Connor Thaman, and Louis Hess, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for head coach Jay Krupa. Krupa in his first year as head coach down at Muskingum. Was an assistant coach there for a few years and now is back on campus. Try and get this Muskies program going. That's a good baseball area too, Terry, to get down into that part of Ohio. They love their baseball down in the southeastern Ohio, down in that
beautiful country down in Muskingum County.
Zanesville area and down along the Ohio River. A lot of good baseball down there.
Reese, the batter for the Muskies, a freshman, comes into the day's game batting .298. Actually hailed from Cambridge, not too far up the road from Muskingum.
Line drive, base hit, solid shot to center field. First hit of the game for the Muskies as Aiden Reese becomes the base runner. That's the second hit. That was Toby Teakett singled back in the first inning. So hit number 2 for the Muskies.
Take a look at this. Again, fastball down the middle. Reese slams it into center field. Lead off the second inning for the Muskies, just like the first, with a runner at first.
There's Connor Thaman hitting in that 7th position, playing shortstop for Muskingum. Try and move Reese along.
Thaman, another freshman for the Muskies.
Good bunt. That's going to go foul. Chris Viamonte looked at that one and says, no thanks, I'm going to let that one go foul. And we'll do it again. 0-1 count.
Thaman comes from the Cincinnati area, from Reading Community School. Actually, it must be a pipeline, because not only Thaman, but the next 2 batters that we'll see coming up here for the Muskies, all 3 came from the same school.
0-1 pitch. Breaking ball catches the inside corner. You talk about that Cincinnati area, taking nothing away from Northeastern Ohio, because we love our high school baseball up here. But down in that Cincinnati area, they got great high school baseball with Moeller and all those schools down there. Won a lot of state championships. Ground ball. Shortstop for 1. Throw to second. Not in time. Oh, they got him. Wow. Boy, great scoop there by the Mount Union first baseman, Jared Lehman. That's worth one more look, Terry. I thought he beat it, but they called him out.
Yeah, Stegman got the ball at short, flipped it over, and just barely got him at first base. Whitty with the nice turn for the Purple Raiders down at second. As you mentioned, Lehman, great scoop at first.
We've seen him make a number of good plays. Here's Louis Hess, the Muskies third baseman, batting with 2 out now here in the top of the second inning. Scored that 6-4-3 on that double play as that pitch breaks inside.
Louis Hess, a sophomore, again from Reading Community School down in Cincinnati.
Takes that one high.
That's 329 for the Muskies. Big swing there. We'll see his brother on up next. They both bat from the left side. Big guys.
Fornera giving it a good fastball, and Hess was on that one and fouled it back to the screen.
Louis, the batter now, is a sophomore. As I mentioned, his brother, who's the starting catcher today for the Muskies, is a freshman. He's on deck circle right now.
This inning started with Aiden Reese hitting a solid single to center field, and Connor Thaman hit into that double play. So Mount 1 out away from getting back in the dugout. Pops that one up, and that's going to drop. Let's see if they make a play. And off that turf, they're not going to be able. That took a artificial turf bounce and came up to Chris Viamonte. He could not make a play, and that's an infield single for Louis Hess.
Fornara, he really jammed him on that one. Got it off the handle, but it was one of those weird bounces.
You don't know which way it's going to go on that turf.
No, there's really nothing you
what
can
you
do.
What you
with
don't want to do is squirt away from you
No.
down the line for extra bases, but Viamonte played it well.
Goes as an infield hit, third base hit already for the Muskies here in inning number 2.
Here's the number 9 hitter, the catcher, Benny Hess. Louis number 20, Benny number 40.
And once you got the first one, coach probably knew that there was a chance he was going to get the second one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fornera again, 0-1. It's in the dirt.
Benny comes in batting 286 for the Muskies.
There you take a look at Louis Hess, the base runner at first.
He's not the everyday starting catcher for the Muskies, but obviously on days that you have double headers, you usually change catchers in game 2. And so he's getting his opportunity here. This is the 9th game that he's been part of for the Muskies this year.
Brought his towel up to home plate with him, hanging out of that back pocket.
Just in case that home plate got a little dirty for some reason, he could wipe it off for the umpire.
Boy, good battle here right now between Benny Hess, Fornera. Fornera tried to get him with some fastballs, and Hess on top of those. The last 2 pitches that hit him right back against the screen.
Getting some raindrops here on my window, making it a little bit more difficult to tell if it's really raining still out there. Yeah, I actually feel it through your window, Joe.
Blowing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
We can take it.
Wait till it starts pouring. We'll see if you say the same thing.
3-2 on Benny Hess. And takes that one
Just
inside
missed,
for
yeah.
ball 4. So again, as the Muskies did in the first inning, they've got base runners on first and second with 2 down.
I think it just ran down and outside just a little bit. It's not what Mount really wanted, is to put a runner here in scoring position with 2 outs, especially with the top of the order and their best batter, Sam Palmieri, up to the plate.
Takes that one in the dirt. Palmieri got as far as second base the last inning. That's one for an error. Struck out Mellick and Reeder to get out of trouble. Short right field is going to take that one. Second baseman going out, right fielder coming in, the second baseman. That's Andrew Woody, makes a nice running catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So again, the Muskies get base runners on, can't bring him around. We move to the bottom of the second inning here at Mount, still no score.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
Leading off number 42, Luke Hickes.
Bottom of the second inning here at Mount Union. And for the Purple Raiders in a scoreless game, they will send up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Luke Hickes will lead it off. Left fielder, only a freshman, but we saw him play a lot in the Federal League at Green High School. He's a good one.
Yes, he has had a couple big hits for the Purple Raiders there, and a couple of the rallies they had, a single RBI single. Then he cleared the bases with a triple in the 6th inning, I believe. And that really put the game away for the Purple Raiders.
He was the #1 pitcher last year for Green High School and also an outstanding hitter. Now over here at Mount and starting as a freshman. Takes that one in the dirt.
Comes into today's game, batting .261 on the season. He has now 31 runs batted in after the 4 he had, I believe, in the first game of today's doubleheader.
Green High School up there in the southern part of Summit County. Good baseball program. And Hickes is going to get a walk to lead off here in the Mount Union second inning. Comes a base runner.
He can run too. I was watching him on that triple. He flew around those bases. There's a peek at that ball 4 down low. Hickes leads off the second inning for the Purple Raiders on base with a base on balls.
Here's the Mount Union designated hitter, Joe Lennart. Lennart, number 17, takes on outside for ball 1. Hickes, the base runner at first. Let's see if they try and move him along. As we said, Mount won that first game this afternoon, 11-3, trying to sweep the Muskies and stay in contention for the OAC playoffs.
Hickes is a threat to steal second over there. As a runner first, he's had 10 successful stolen bases this year. Only been caught 1 time. Lennart, a sophomore, product of Garfield Heights High School up near Cleveland.
It's the final weekend of the regular season in the Ohio Athletic Conference. A lot of big games all over the league this weekend, which will determine the final 4 in the playoffs. Mount hoping to be in it. Again, that misses inside.
They can only take care of what they can take care of, and that is they got to get a victory here today and then let the rest fall where it mays.
Yeah, that's why it was critical for the Purple Raiders to come back in that first game. They were down 3-0. And that ball misses outside, and they came up with some big innings.
Yes, they did.
Then added on to win it 11-3. There's Hickes at first base.
Gave the Raiders another victory to improve to 9-8 in the conference on the season. This one, as you mentioned, is the last regular season game within the conference for the Purple Raiders. Trying to get to 10-8 and keep their hopes alive. Muskies fell to 7-10 now in the OAC with that Game 1 loss.
Ball 4. They got now, the Raiders do, runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. We're scoreless, and there's the right fielder. That's Aiden Schroeder.
Yeah, Schroeder's coming up, sophomore. Pittsburgh, Keystone Oaks High School over in Pittsburgh area.
Little meeting of the minds out at the mound, trying to settle things down.
Yeah, I believe that's their pitching coach out there. Having a little chat with Coover after the 2 consecutive walks to start Mount Union's bottom of the second.
Yeah, Ickes is the base runner out at second. Lienert at first, both walked. And there you take a look at Aiden Schroeder waiting patiently for this conference to be over. He can swing the bat.
Coover came into today's game throwing 57 and 2/3 innings, walking 25 on the season. So back-to-back walks is not something that normally is too much of a problem for Coover, but he put himself in a little bit of a hole here. Actually, I believe this is not Schroeder at the plate, even though his number listed in the program is Schroeder. This is actually number 14. What we have is 14 of Eric Schilling. Yes, Eric Schilling. Maybe he ripped his jersey in game 1.
Eric Schilling, a grad student out of Stowe High School. Hits that one in the air to the right side.
That's
going
deep.
way back is the right fielder. Looking up, loses his balance and can't make the catch. 1 run's going to score.
We got a whole bunch of runners over there near third.
And finally, they bring him all the way around because they weren't sure, Terry, if that ball was going to be caught. That got up in the wind. And the Muskingum right fielder kept drifting back. That was Aiden Reese. He turned around out there and couldn't make the catch.
Yeah, he got that ball way up in the air, but he obviously drove it a long ways. And the right fielder just couldn't get back to it. As you can see, it just fell short of the fence area there. The runner at second wasn't sure if he was going to catch it or not, so he was holding up a little bit to tag up in case. The runner at first was reading that he was going to actually not be able to catch it. So we had 2 runners right behind each other for a little bit there. But
so an RBI double for Eric Schilling, and Mounts on the board. They lead it 1-0. Still nobody out. Runners in scoring position at second and third. That ball breaks low and outside. You could see out there in right field, Terry, he's having problems. Aiden Reese, as he tried to get back and find out where the fence was. Ground ball, that's going to get through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run and no throw. And Mount has 3 on the board. They lead it 3-0.
that was Joey Prokop, the catcher. Let's take a peek at that. Prokop hit the ball hard. And again, shortstop was sliding over toward the second base bag to keep him close, and he was able to find that hole between short and third. Brings in 2.
2 RBIs for Joey Prokop, and here's the shortstop, Alex Stegman.
Yeah, just one. I was like, maybe it'll dry now.
It all started with walks, and they brought him around on the double by Schilling. That's going to get past the catcher, and Prokop's going to hustle into second without a throw.
Stegman, the number 9 batter, comes into today's game batting .305. Let's take a look at this last pitch. Attempt to bunt, just went off the catcher's glove.
Stegman swings through that one. So Mott with 3 in here in the bottom of the second inning. Long way to go, though, Terry.
Yeah, we We had that same 3-0 score in favor of Muskingum going to the bottom of the 6th in game 1, and it ended up 11-3 Mount. So you never know. You need to continue to put runs across the board when you have opportunities.
Stegman swings and fouls that one out of play to the left of home plate.
Stegman, a junior, came to Mount Union from Berea Mid-Park High School.
Berea Mid-Park right across the street from Baldwin Wallace.
They're having a great season.
Oh, yeah. Fouls that one right at the screen, right there in front of that Muskingum dugout.
In fact, BW leads the OAC going into today. In fact, they've already clinched the regular season portion of the season with a 14-2 OAC record.
Stegman waiting on the 1-2 pitch. In the center field, going to be right at the center field. They're going to make a catch. That was Wyatt Reeder. That's the first out of the inning. Prokop does not advance at second base. He stays out there with 1 out.
Ball was a little low. Stegman with 2 strikes went down to get it. Hit it pretty solid, but unfortunately for him, right at the center fielder. As you mentioned, Wyatt Reeder with the catch for the Muskies.
Back to the top of the order. Third baseman Chris Viamani trying to move Prokop along, who's out at second base, who doubled it at our 2 RBIs. Mount with 3 runs across here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Remember, this inning started with 2 walks, so start walking people, get you in trouble.
Exactly.
He's trying to limit the damage, though. Coover is. Got that first out, but he's now dealing with the top of the lineup here for Mount Union.
Coover ready again and
nice pitch
gets
there.
it in for the called strike.
Fastball right there on the outside corner. Well, it appeared to be on the outside corner. Again, as you mentioned, we're down the first base foul line above the Mount Union dugout.
Coover ready now in the 1-2 pitch. That's in the dirt.
Tried to get him to chase there. Had a count in his favor. Viamonte did not offer at that 1-2 pitch in the dirt.
Two-two, breaking ball. Fouls that one back of the screen, out of play.
Yeah, right over top of us. I don't know. Looks like the skies might be clearing a little bit, at least for now, Joe.
Well, he moved this doubleheader up.
Yeah.
Started, I think, at 11 o'clock.
Yes, it did. Yeah, it was scheduled originally for 1 o'clock, but they saw the forecast, wanted to get try to get both games in today. So Muskies got up early, motored up here for an 11 a.m. start. First game was a fairly long game, and we got this one started right around 2:10 p.m. Game 2.
Now we're playing in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Mount with 3 across here in the bottom of the frame, still threatening with 1 out. And Joey Prokop out at second base. He's the runner out there. He doubled, if you just joined us, 2 RBIs to drive in the first 2 runs.
Viamonte doing a great job staying alive here, fouling some difficult pitches off, waiting for that one pitch that he can drive and bring another Mount Union run home.
2-2, and that just misses outside. We're full at 3-2.
You can just tell by watching Viamonte play in game 1 and also the first 2 innings here. He's a spark plug, you can tell, for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. He was indicating that ball's low to the umpire before he even got past him.
Coover gets it right on the corner. Palmieri took it for a called strike 3. Just hit that corner, Terry. One more look.
Yeah. Yeah, looked like a pretty good pitch.
Just got a piece of that corner, and Palmieri
No, that was
Villamonte.
Yeah, Villamonte. This is Andrew Whitty now, the second baseman.
Ace walked in
There
there, stole second. Base hit in the center field. Here comes Prokop, and he's going to score standing up, and Mott leads it 4-0. So Whitty with an RBI. First pitch swing, ground ball to the middle for a base hit.
Yeah, we're going to take a peek at that again. He went after the first pitch, looked like fastball right down the pipe, and he was able to drive it right back past the pitcher by the second base bag and into center field. The center fielder had a little trouble picking it up, but I believe the run was going to score anyways with 2 outs going from second. He was on the move. Gives the Purple Raiders a 4-0 lead here in the second.
Here's Zach Mazza, center fielder, popped out to the second baseman in the first inning. So Mott, like they did in game 1, coming up with some big innings.
Whitty definitely a threat to steal now with 2 outs over there at first base.
Mazza takes that one for a called strike.
Whitty already had a stolen base back in the first inning. It was his 14th on the season.
Eric Coover trying to work out of troubles. Already given up 4 here in the frame.
Yeah, I'm sure Paul Hesse would like to see if we can get Mountain could get another runner in scoring position here. Add on.
As we said, Coach Hesse in his 28th season here at Mount.
There he goes.
Little hit and run going, and Mazza swings and drills that one right back to the screen.
And Mazza, he popped up to the second baseman on first pitch, but didn't get an opportunity to say that he is actually, well, he comes into today batting .317, but he leads the Mount Union Purple Raiders in home runs and RBIs with 7 homers and 35 ribbies on the season. A lot of power.
Breaking ball is high and no throw, and the walk is going to have runners on first and second now with 2 out. So Mazza took that one high. We're going to take one more look at that one on the Big Time Sports replay.
Yeah. Third walk of the inning by Coover. He started the inning with 2 walks, and obviously he's got himself in a little bit of a jam now, giving up 4 runs on 3 hits, I believe, in this inning, and the 3 walks.
There's head coach Jay Krupar talking with the home plate umpire.
Yeah,
not sure what that's
he's
all about.
He's wanting a conversation with the field umpire. The first one he came out of the dugout, I thought they was going to have the quick hook on Coover here. But that apparently is not what he came out for.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they want maybe the ground crew to come out and put some dirt out there at the pitcher's mound. I'm not sure what they're talking about.
Well, I'm not sure what the dirt would do for us there, Joe. Yeah, it's turf, so
I'm not sure.
Unless it's sliding out there a little bit. I really don't know. They had a conversation, didn't go back and talk to the head coach, so we'll continue to play ball. Ninth batter to bat.
Yeah, they've batted around.
Yeah.
This is Jared Lehman, the first baseman.
Yeah.
Flew out to the center fielder, end the first.
Yeah, to keep the Muskies in the game here, Coover really needs to retire Lehman. It's already 4-0.
Good pitch again, right in the outside corner.
Might have been a hard slider there. I'm not keeping the number of pitches up here, Joe, but he certainly has thrown his share of this inning. Nice stop by the catcher, Benny Hess. Off-speed pitch when we're used to saying into the dirt, but into the turf here at Mount Union.
Just saw the base runner at first, Zach Mazza. Whitty out at second base, 2 out, 4 runs in. Boy, another good stop. That's Benny Hess, the Muskingum catcher.
Yeah, we're starting to get A guy to do some stretching down there in the Muskingum bullpen along the third base line.
Breaking ball, misses.
He really slowed that one down. He was just trying to get himself a strike, but it was a very slow breaking ball.
No place to put Lehman.
Now, full count. Runners will be moving here.
3-2 pitch coming with 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Ground ball right at the second baseman. Comes up on a good hop. Throws and they get him. 4-3 in the play to end the second inning, but Mount Union does some damage. They push 4 runs across here in the bottom of the second inning. And after 2 innings here at Mount Union, it's the Raiders 4 and the Muskies nothing.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
Joe Dunn, Terry Peterson back at Mount Union as we play in game number 2 of a doubleheader between Mount Union and Muskingum. Mount won the first game 11-3, leading the nightcap 4-0. As the Muskies bat here in the top of the third inning. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Muskies. Toby Teak, the left fielder, singled back in the first inning. Leo Fornero on the mound for Mount Union.
Yeah, Fornero's worked out trouble. A couple jams in the first 2 innings, but was able to keep from any runs crossing the plate.
He had 2 big strikeouts in the first inning after the Muskies had their first 2 runners on. He struck out Melick and Reeder back-to-back, the number 3 and 4 hitters.
He's given
Get out of trouble.
3 hits and 2 walks in 2 innings, but the big double play there in the second inning obviously assisted in keeping. Here's another walk.
Hey, watch Teak.
Yeah.
Teak to lead off here in the top of the third inning. Here comes the base runner. That pitch is high and outside. There's Weston Melick, the first baseman, struck out swinging back in the first. Teak now the runner. Boy, good throw. Good move there by Fornero.
Melick, 348 batting average, leads the Muskies in that category, coming in at 3, number 3 in order.
Melick takes that one low and outside. There you see the base runner, Toby Teak. He just walked, being held on there by Jared Lehman. Trying to keep him close, Terry, with a 4-0 lead.
Yeah. Teak does have 23 stolen bases on the season. I'm not sure if they'll run him here down 4 early on.
Right at the shortstop. They get 1. They get 2. Second double play of the game for that.
Same combination.
Yeah.
Here's a peek at that double play. Well done for the Purple Raiders. shortstop. Again over to Whitty, and Whitty turns the double play.
Yeah, can't ask for a better.
Now, tailor-made.
One hop right at the shortstop to the second. Good pivot on the first for the double play. 6-4-3, 2 out now, and here's Wyatt Reeder. Center fielder struck out swinging in the first. And that one hit him. So he becomes the base runner now at first with 2 out.
Yeah, that ball just got away from the ran inside. Again, another base runner for the Muskies. But again, so far, Fornera has been able to avoid damage with all these runners.
Here's the Muskingum designated hitter, Ryan Schwartz. Grounded out to the first baseman back in the first inning.
Got a throw down behind the runner there. Back safely is Reeder.
Boy, really paying a lot of attention to the base runner, Reeder, who was hit by a pitch.
He does lead the Muskies with 34.
There he goes.
He's off, yep.
And that chopper is going to go bouncing foul down that first base line, out of play.
Reeder had a great jump there. A little bit better opportunity here, even though you're down 4 with your best base runner on and 2 outs, trying to get himself in scoring position where a run can score.
Yeah, might take advantage of one of your strengths. If you can steal bases, you're down 4 early in the game.
Right.
Why not running?
Not going.
Ground ball right at the second baseman. Going to flip over to the shortstop, and that'll do it for Muskingum here in the top of the 3rd inning. Again, that Mount Union double play gets him out of trouble. He's moved to the bottom of the 3rd inning here at Mount. 4-0. Purple Raiders lead it. As we said, this is game 2 of a scheduled doubleheader. They looked at the forecast, said, hey, we're going to schedule this one early. Let's move it up to late morning. They did. Mount was down 3-0, came back to win it 11-3. They now lead the nightcap 4-0 as they'll come to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And maybe you can go over the Ohio Conference standings, Terry, because that's important going into the final weekend here of regular season play.
Sure, Joe. Bald Walls, as I mentioned earlier, has already clinched the regular season championship for the OAC, coming in with a 14-2 record into this weekend's games. Otterbein is currently in 2nd with 11-5 record. Then you have Ohio Northern and Marietta, both coming in with a 10-6 record. Mountain Union, who won earlier today in game 1, now is currently 9-8. Heidelberg also was tied with Mountain going into the day. They started the day at 8-8, and then Muskingum was 7-9, now currently 7-10. Then you have John Carroll Capital and Wilmington running out the bottom 3 of the OAC standings. So obviously the way to get in the top 4 is to win 2 and hope that you get some help and Marietta or Ohio Northern drops a couple today, but I'm not sure if they're playing today or tomorrow. I do know the OAC tournaments do start next Thursday, first round.
Yeah, the OAC softball tournament we played right here at Mount Union, the field right behind us. Mount, the #1 seed, having an outstanding year. Here's Luke Ickes leading off the Mount Union, bottom of the 3rd. Ickes walked and scored last inning, one of a 4 runs scored by Mount. As we said, freshman out of Green High School. Saw him pitch last year on Big Time Sports. He was their #1 starter for the Bulldogs.
And that's saying something when you got a guy that's going to Ohio State on the same high school baseball team as he did last year in Rawlison, although Rawlison was dealing with some arm issues then. But obviously Green had a pretty strong lineup when you got guys like Ickes and Rawlison and others in that lineup.
Ickes hits that one foul way down that left field line. That's going to be out of play. Well,
when you come to Mount Union and you can start as a freshman, you know you're pretty darn good.
And hitting the number 5
And
spot
hit the
to
number
boot.
5 spot.
Yeah.
That's right.
2-2 pitch. Hickus hits that one in the gap between left center and right. Who's going to catch it? It's a center fielder coming over to make the play. That's Wyatt Reeder for the first out of the inning.
16, Joe Lenard.
Yeah, he reached out. Tucked in the outside corner there. He reached out, but he just popped it up. Center fielder. Reeder made a nice play. Got over there in plenty of time.
Here's Joe Lenard, designated hitter for Mount, walked and scored again in that 4-run second inning for the Purple Raiders. Takes that one low. Well, Mount definitely wants to win this one. Then they're going to need some help, Terry, but they're still alive as you play here in the second game today. That's exactly what you had to do.
Yep.
You can only do what you can do.
Yep.
Then you need help.
Yeah, he had to win 2 today and then wait and see. But as you mentioned earlier, long game, 9-inning game. So even though they got a 4-0 lead, they'd like to be able to put some base runners on and add to that lead.
Well, that's the key. If you can score early and add on, that really puts the pressure today on Muskingum. Breaking ball, and they went down, and Lenart did, and fouls that one back. Takes that one right under his chin, and we're all out at 3-2.
Purple Raiders, obviously a great athletic school, a lot of success, obviously known for their football, as well as they should, but obviously a lot of sports having a great bit of success here at Mount Union.
Lenart swings through that one as Coover gets the strikeout. Challenged him a little bit, Terry, and
He
got
challenged
him.
Yep, second strikeout on the day for Coover. Off to a good start here in the third. This would be Eric Schilling now.
Eric Schilling, who doubled last inning. He really got the Purple Raiders going with that double and ended up scoring 4 runs. Good fastball misses.
And as you mentioned last time, Schilling, a graduate student, hailed from Stowe High School.
Bulldogs.
Yeah, right up the road. Peace.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Yeah, I talked about Mount Union. I talked football, of course, and what Larry Karras built here.
Yes.
Like few lines come over and tried to duplicate that with the basketball program.
He's had a lot of success here. He really has.
And that one misses, ball 4, and Schilling becomes the base runner here in the bottom of the third with 2 out.
Let's take a peek at that last pitch. Yeah, went down and away from Schilling.
Here's the Mount catcher, Joey Prokop. He singled and scored last inning. Prokop out of Twinsburg. About as far north in Summit County as you can go, Terry.
Yeah.
Excellent baseball program up there. In fact, their team this year is one of the better teams in northeastern Ohio, Twinsburg.
Those tournaments will be getting started. I think the tournament draw for high school baseball is this Sunday. A couple weeks we'll be seeing.
That's just by the catcher. He can't find it. Runner at second base. He's going to motor all the way to third without a throw. But the catcher let that one get by him, then he couldn't find it.
Yeah, let's take a peek at that and see what happened.
That was Schilling. He's going to go all the way to third base. He gets by him. I'm not sure if that's how they'll score that wild pitch or pass. Well, again, he's looking for it.
He thought it was in front of him. He really thought he had blocked it, and it had just scooted between his legs. I do think it's a wild pitch. I believe it hit the turf in front of him, which is why he dropped to his knees. I think it just scooted right between his legs, though. He really felt he had knocked it down.
Yeah. So Schilling heads up at first. He ends up at third. And that is a fly ball into center field. Reeder's looking up and makes the one-handed catch. So Schilling gets as far as third. He doesn't score. So Mount, after 3 innings, leads it 4-0 right here on Big Time Sports.
Without all the different scholarships that I have, I wouldn't be able to go to a private school like this. Mount Union offers a lot of different types of scholarships for different types of people. That has lifted a huge burden off of me, which allowed me to be able to come here. I chose Mount Union because there's a lot of opportunity for one-on-one time with the professors who really work with you to help improve and grow and achieve new things. Because I felt like I was able to connect with the professors, I really felt like this was the place for me to be.
Move to the top of the 4th inning here on Big Time Sports. You're watching Mount Union Purple Raiders baseball. They lead it now 4-0, top of the 4th inning. And for the Muskies, it'll be their 6, 7, and 8 hitters in Jake Krupar's lineup. Still looking for their first run of the game. It'll be Aiden Reese, Connor Thaman, and Louis Hess. Thaman single to lead off the 2nd inning. And was part of that 6-4-3 Mount Union double play that was big in that 2nd inning.
Muskies have a lot of left-handed hitters in our lineup. Reese just being one of them. Again, as we mentioned earlier, freshman from Cambridge. At 298.
Reese, the right fielder for Muskingum. High fastball right across his eyes. Jay Krupar, we mentioned, the first-year head coach for Muskingum. Former assistant there, came back to get the program rolling. And using a lot of young kids today. That's a fly ball into
That's it, deep.
Deep right field. Going all the way back is the right fielder Schilling, who makes the catch right at the base of the wall out there in deep right field.
Yeah, Reese hit it well, but just got under it just a little bit too much to get it out of here. Schilling was able to get back to the fence. Halfway onto the warning track out there in right field.
I got the pitching coach from Mount Union coming out. Talked to Leo Fornera.
It's caught right in front of that 370-foot sign, so he probably hit it 365.
Maybe that one too good a pitch.
Yeah.
Pitching coach coming out and saying, hey,
he didn't like that.
bear down here.
You can give him a run real quick that way.
Here's Connor Thaman, the shortstop for the Muskies. He was the guy that hit into that 6-4-3 double play back in the 2nd inning. Trying to get something going for Muskingum. Down 4-0 here in the 4th inning.
Nice fastball there.
Fornera has struck out 2. He's also walked a couple batters. But still firing hard here in the top of the 4th inning. One pitch. It's a fastball right on the corner. He's showing a good fastball today.
Yes. As we mentioned earlier, Fornera coming into the day's game, 5-2 as a starter here for Mount Union. Trying to get to 6-2.
Ready again. That one just misses. Brokop come up looking. They thought that was going to be a called strike. Yeah. He was ready to fire it down to Viamade, throw it around the infield. We're going to do it again at 2-2. That one misses outside. Ickes in left, Mazza in center, Schilling in right. That's the Mount Union outfield. Viamonte, Stegman, Whitty, Lehman the infield. Joey Prokop, the catcher. Leo Fornero on the mound for the Purple Raiders. Ickes playing off the line. Big gap there down in the straightaway left field. And that is ball 4. So Connor Thaman gets the walk with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Comes the base runner.
This ball 4 pitch rode high. Gives the Muskies another runner, which they have left 5 runners already on base in the first 3 innings.
2 big double plays, so that Mount Union infield has kept this game where it is right now at 4-0. Here's Louis Hess, the Muskies' third baseman, who singled. Got as far as second base in the 2nd inning.
Squared around. It was going to attempt a bunt for a hit there. He saw Viamonte playing back there at third, so.
There's the base runner. You saw Connor Thaman, who walked, keeping him close.
Viamonte now playing a little bit further in after that attempted fake bunt there. Hess doesn't look like a guy that's going to lay one down to hurt you.
Hits that one to left field. Ickes looking up, coming toward the line, and makes the catch. Got a ways to come for that one. That ball was in the air a long time. And 2nd out of the inning, and now let's bring up Benny Hess, the catcher.
Yeah, that was Louis. Wasn't able to get around on it, popped it up. Plenty of time for Ickes to make the play out there in left field. A few feet inside the foul line.
Benny Hess walked in the 2nd inning. Hitting here with 2 out in the Muskies' 4th inning. That one misses inside. Viamonte playing off the line at third, not expecting Benny Hess to bunt. Shortstop Stegman right next to the bag. They're going to try and keep Louis Hess close over there. Or Connor Thaman close.
Nice pitch.
That was on the corner.
Yeah.
Good fastball.
Had him tied up in there.
There's a good look at Leo Fornero. You mentioned he's out of Chagrin Falls. Throws that one high and outside for ball 2.
He's had a good season here for the Purple Raiders as a sophomore. A little past him there.
Good fastball challenge, Benny Hess. Hess deep in that batter's box. Trying to get a look at anything that's a breaking ball. Boy, had a good swing on that one and fouls it back. Thaman's still the runner at first, now 2 out. Swung through it. So Leo Fornero gets his 3rd strikeout of the game to close out the Muskies here in the top of the 4th inning. We move to the bottom of the 4th here in Alliance. Mount Union 4, Muskingum nothing.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
Leading off in the key, Alex Stegman.
Joe Dunn, Terry Peterson back at Mount Union as he moved to the bottom of the fourth inning here in game number 2 of the doubleheader. And for Mount Union, it'll be the number 9 hitter, shortstop Alex Stegman. Then we'll move to the top of the order as Mount tries to add on here with a 4-0 lead. That one catches the outside corner. Eric Coover on the mound for Muskingum. Stegman hits that one high in the air to center field. Center fielder Wyatt Reeder cruising back, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Chris Villamonte.
Stegman again popped it up. Reeder's been making a lot of catches out there in center field for the Muskies this afternoon. No problem getting under that one.
Moving to the top of the order for Mount Union. Here's the third baseman, Chris Villamonte. 0 for 2. Flew out to the center fielder back in the first, called out on strikes in the second. Really good defensive third baseman. Saw him make a lot of good plays in that first game. Takes that one on the outside corner. As Terry mentioned, Villamonte all the way up from Naples, Florida to play here in Alliance for Mount Union. Boy, you come out of Florida or Texas or California, you're going to play baseball year-round, Terry.
Yeah. I'm not really sure exactly the reason for that decision, but I'm sure the Purple Raiders are grateful that he has chosen Mount Union as his college choice.
Get a great education and play good Division III baseball. And that one hit him. It sounded like it hit the bat, but it got a good piece of Chris Villamonte too, right on the left elbow.
Yeah, that crack almost sounded like it was a bat.
Yeah, sounded like it hit more in the elbow. Hope that wasn't his bone that hit. I'll tell you that. You could hear that one all over the press box.
All right, let's take a peek here. Yeah, that looked like it got him off the elbow. I know the home plate umpire just had a conversation.
I think he heard the thing everybody else did. He said,
like that.
Might have hit the elbow, then the bat after that. Regardless, Villamonte becomes the base runner at first with 1 out.
Well, Villamonte is fortunate because he had a padding on that elbow.
Yes.
And even after he's taken that padding off, I can see he has another padding on inside of that undershirt that he's wearing. So he may have been hit there before.
Here's Andrew Whitty with 1 out, and Villamonte, the runner, gets by the catcher back to the screen, and Villamonte will stand up, cruising into second base in scoring position for Mount Union.
Yeah, had no chance to catch this one. Way over his head. And the
Now Mount has the opportunity to add on here in the bottom of the fourth, already up 4-0. Second baseman sneaking in behind Viamani. That throw's not in time. Mount Union with 4 in the second. Muskie's trying to keep it right there as Mount bats here in the bottom of the fourth. Good breaking ball in the outside corner.
Coover's still struggling. He has 5 walks already on the day, and now a hit batter to add to those.
Line drive center field. Reeder's coming in, makes the catch.
Hit well, though.
Yeah. Viamani scampers back into second base. He'll stay out there with 2 out.
Number 28, Zach Mazza.
Hit it on the nose. Right where Reeder was playing for the most part. And again, Reeder with another put out for the Muskies.
There's Vic Mazza, or Zach Mazza, center fielder, number 28. Viamani still in scoring position, now with 2 out. The way Viamani can run, I think he's going to score in any single into the outfield. Yeah. Line drive, that is just foul. Hit it hard down that left field line.
Yep.
Out in front of that one, and we'll do it again.
He did hit it hard, and that would have scored Viamonte easily from second base if it had stayed fair.
Mazza 0 for 1 today. Also walked in the second inning.
Mazza, another grad student here at Mount Union, came from Flint, Michigan, up at Powers Catholic High School in Flint.
And that hit him right on the shoulder. Second hit batsman of the inning here for Eric Coover.
Number 6, Jared Lane.
Yeah, just come from Mazza. Really didn't even have time to react to try to get out of the way. That one was coming up at his shoulder. That one didn't hurt him quite as much as the.
That was a breaking pitch.
Yeah, that was,
you can take that one, but fastballs, you want to get out of the way.
He didn't even flinch.
Here's the cleanup hitter, Jared Lehman, Mount Union first baseman, 0 for 2 today, but he'll take a hit right here. Viamante out at second, Mazza at first. Raiders hitting with 2 out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Lehman does have 27 runs batted in on the season. He'd like to add 1 or 2 more here for the Purple Raiders this at bat. Maybe even 3.
Breaking ball just misses on that outside corner. That's popped up. Right side, first baseman, second baseman. I was going to call him off and make the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So the Raiders get a couple base runners, but can't get them across here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've played 4 full innings here at Mount Union. It's still the Purple Raiders 4, the Muskies nothing.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least 1 major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
We move to the top of the 5th inning here at Mount Union. Purple Raiders lead Muskingum 4-0. And for the Muskies, they send to the top of the order. Palmieri, Teague, and Melick take on Leo Fornera, who's pitched well today. A couple double plays has got him out of trouble. And he's looking at a 4-0 lead right now, and the Muskies get hit. Well, Mountaineers hit twice in the bottom of the fourth, and then Muskingum's first batter was nailed here in the top of the fifth.
In the professional ranks, that might be,
I'm
that might
right
be a
with
payback.
you. I'm right with you, Terry.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they do that here at the college level, but
Palmieri becomes the base runner. Is Toby Teague, who singled back in the first and walked in the third.
Fornera hit a batter back in the third inning as well.
Yeah, hit Wyatt Reeder.
Wyatt Reeder, yeah. So we've had 2 on each team.
Teague tries to bunt that one and bunch through it.
Well, that's important. Now we're getting the middle innings here, top of the fifth. Muskies, even though the Cougar, the pitcher, has struggled throwing strikes today, they're still down 4. So you get a couple back here, you're right back into the game here. So you need to start being able to try to score when you have these opportunities. And the Muskies have had opportunities, have had base runners. They've left 6 on through 4, plus 2 were erased by 2 double plays by Mount. So they've had base runners all day, just can't get anybody home.
3-1 pitch. 3-2. Boy, for Palmieri, you got hit by a pitch. What you'd like to do is a little payback, maybe get out to second base and score the first run.
Well, Palmieri, he can certainly run. But again, you're down 4. You don't want to run yourself out of an inning here, but he does have 20 stolen bases. Obviously, the leadoff batter for Muskie, so he can go at any time, but they may want to give Teague a chance here.
Takes that one head high.
He might be going down with a full count. Teague's been on both times, I think, as you mentioned, base hit and walk so far. Trying to get on for the 3rd consecutive time for the Muskies.
Trying to keep him close. Leo Fornera tossing it over to Jared Lehman.
Nope, not going.
2 runners on now for the Muskies after the walk to Toby Teague. But Palmieri will move down to second base.
Okay, here's a look at that 3-2 pitch. Flying outside. Not what you want to do when you have a 4-0 lead in the middle innings, is to put the first 2 batters on by hit by
Especially
pitch or
now,
walk.
you got to face the heart of the order.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're asking for trouble.
Here's Weston Melick. Hit into a double play back in the 3rd inning, struck out swinging in the 1st. And he pops that one out of play behind home plate.
You know, he did that back in the 1st inning, too. The first 2 batters, Palmieri and Teague, got on, and he tried to bunt. And I understand that at that point in time, you got a 0-0 score. You want to try to get a couple of base runners in scoring position. But you're down 4 here, number 3 batter in the order. I think you got to be swinging away. But
That hit him right in the helmet. Second hit batsman here in the top of the 5th inning. That will load the bases.
Let's take a peek. That high, yeah, that fastball got away from Fornera and hit him right in the head. Appears to be fine, though.
So that moves Palmieri to 3rd. Teague now at 2nd. Melick, the base runner at 1st, and here's the cleanup hitter, Wyatt Reeder.
Yeah, he was hit the last time he was up.
Yeah.
So we have had a lot of base runners on via hit by pitch, 5 total now, and by the walk.
There you see the pitching coach coming out for Mount Union.
Yeah.
Slow walk out, maybe to give somebody in the bullpen a chance to get loose out there. But right now, Mount's lead is 4-0. But Wyatt Reeder represents the tying run at home plate with nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Where we sit here on first base line. We cannot see the Mount Union bullpen down the first base line.
I would think
towards
somebody's
right field.
warming up down there.
I would think after the start that.
There it is. You can good look there.
Yeah, you can see
scurrying around
they're
out
starting
there.
to scurry. There's some activity. Guys, some starting to stretch, so you're going to get some pitches being thrown down there. Quite a few of them are up. They're trying to wait to see which one's supposed to start throwing.
There's a good look at Leo Fornera, who's got to work himself out of trouble here to stay in the game. Mount leads 4-0. Muskingum with the bases loaded, nobody out here in the top of the 5th. There's a high bouncer over the mound. Who's going to make the play? Fornera does, throws on the first. They get the out, but a run scores, and it's now 4-1. That was a high bouncing ball off the turf that Fornera had to go back and get. Throws on to Jared Lehman for the first out of the inning.
Yeah. Actually, Fornera did a great job of getting back to the ball.
Yeah, if that gets by him,
right.
That's going to go in the outfield.
He threw a seed over to first base to get that out, so that helps his cause. The run does score, but he gets an out.
Runners at second and third, and here's Ryan Schwartz.
Oh, that's hit
Hits
hard.
that one deep in the center field. Center field is going to come over and make the catch. That score a run, as both runners will move up with Toby Teague scoring. Sacrifice fly for Ryan Schwartz.
Yeah, Schwartz got all of it. I thought he might have burnt the center fielder when he hit the ball, but center fielder from Mount Union, Zach Mazza, got back to it, made the play. But they did score that second run, and they got the third run now at third base, so they are bringing some runners across the plate for the first time today.
Here's the right fielder for the Muskies, Aiden Reese. He singled in the second inning.
Come on.
Throw to, and I'm not sure they didn't get him. One ball goes by the first baseman on that ground ball to the shortstop. Melick will score to make it 4-3, and Reese becomes the base runner at first.
Okay, let's take a look at that again.
Swinging on that first pitch, high bouncer.
Another difficult play to Hopper. Yeah, that he had to hurry his throw, and it went down into the turf. You're going to have to give that one an error, I believe, on the shortstop.
So the Muskies with 3 runs in here in the top of the 5th. Tying run at first now with 2 out. Here's Connor Thaman, the shortstop. Makes that one in the dirt. So this all started when Palmieri got hit by a pitch. Teak walked. Melick got hit. And now 2 outs later, it's 4-3.
You know, they've scored 3 runs so far and have another runner on, and they do not have a base hit in this inning. I believe the people up here in the press box are giving a base hit on that last.
Throw down, head first slide, and Reese is in with a stolen base. Yeah, they're going to give a base hit to Reese.
Yeah.
He did not advance, so that's a single and no damage after the bad throw.
We're going to look at this. That was a tough pitch for Prokop to try to throw a bullet down there. The ball was way low and outside, and he had to turn his body.
So a base hit here could tie it up. Stamen takes a called strike.
So we're taking the error away from our shortstop out there and give Reese a single. So they do have a base hit here in the 4th or 5th inning.
Ground ball right at the shortstop. But the second baseman, Andre Whitty's going to make the catch and the throw, and we've got 3 runs in, but Mount still leads 4-3 as we move now to the bottom half of the 5th inning here at Mount Union. So hit by a pitch, a couple guys, a walk, sacrifice, and that's how the Muskies get their 3 runs, Terry, so they're right back in this game.
Yeah, we talked about the Mount Union having that 4-0 lead and wanting to try to add on. They got those 4 back in the second inning. They've had opportunities in both the 3rd and the 4th to add on, couldn't do it. And even though the pitcher for Muskingum struggling to get the Coover struggling to get the ball into the strike zone, he was able to keep Mount Union off the scoreboard, and now it looks like Muskingum is going to be bringing in a new pitcher. Looks like number 4.
So Eric Coover goes 4 for
Actually, it still is Coover. I apologize. 44 is warming up in the Muskingum bullpen, but Coover is coming back out to start here, at least in the 5th inning.
He's going the first 4. It was that 2nd inning that did the damage. 2 walks to Ickes and Leonard. They both scored. Mount has not been able to add on since that 4-run 2nd inning, but they're hanging on right now. They lead it 4-3. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for head coach Paul Hesse, Ickes, Leonard, and then Schilling. Ickes hits a first pitch, ground ball in the left field for a base hit. Hit it right to the right of the shortstop. So Ickes has his first hit of the game. Now 1 for 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, he jumped on that first pitch. Solid single over left field. I'm sure that Coover will have a short leash here in the 5th.
Ickes a threat to run it. Pretty good lead. Leonard swings right through that one. Good cut and fits it back to the screen. There's Ickes. You get a good look at him, the runner at first.
We've mentioned him already a couple times, a freshman from Greene High School here in Stark County. Jackson Rinkus is the Muskie warming up down in the left field bullpen. And he started throwing last inning, so I'm sure he's ready anytime. Let's see if Mount tries to play small ball here. Nope.
Leonard out of Garfield Heights. Up in that Cleveland area, good baseball up there. Garfield Heights has had some excellent teams in the past. Of course, when you talk high school baseball up in Cleveland, you got to start with Eds and Ignatius, right?
Oh, absolutely. Year in and year out.
That pitch is outside.
Ickes over at first base, has 10 stolen bases on the season, been caught 1 time, so he's a threat to run, but with a count now in favor for Lenhart. He may just be holding him.
See if Ickes runs right here. Took a long look at that third base coach, but he lets Lenhart swing through it. As we mentioned, Mount with 4 runs in the 2nd inning. It all started with a couple walks, then a couple hits. And by the time the Muskies got back to the dugout, the Purple Raiders had 4 runs in.
Yeah. Similarly, though, Muskingum came back, and the first 3 reached without benefit of a hit, and they were able to get all 3 of those runners across. So that brings us to this 4-3 game here in the bottom of the 5th.
Breaking ball, that misses outside.
Not that we have to worry about it right at this very minute, as the rains, as we mentioned earlier, have stopped. But currently it is an official game, as the home team Mount Union was leading 4-3 going into the bottom of the 5th. So if all of a sudden it started downpouring and we couldn't play anymore, the game is official and over.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ground ball, that's going to scoot foul down that first base line. We looked at the long-range forecast. They said look for the rain in the afternoon about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and that's exactly when it came.
It did come, yep.
But I think
the better percentage of heavier rain is scheduled to be here around 5 or 6. And so I think unless we have something major here, we might be able to get this in before that comes. I haven't looked at the forecast here in the last couple hours, though, so that could always change, Joe.
Leonard takes a walk. He'll become a base runner. Ickes now will move down to second base. Let's watch that pitch. Going to tail outside.
Yes, it did. I'm really surprised here that Coover is still going to be permitted with the amount of pitches he's already thrown, the number of walks and hit batters he's had, and the fact that Muskie's got right back into the game here, that he's going to be facing this batter.
Here's Eric Schilling. He doubled, knocked in a run back in the second inning, walked, got as far as third in the third inning. So again, he can do some damage here with a base hit. The Purple Raiders can add on. That 4-run lead is now down to 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Hickes getting a pretty decent lead down there at second.
That's popped up foul over our heads and out of play. As we mentioned, really nice complex here at Mount Union with the baseball field here and then the softball field behind us, as we mentioned.
Yeah,
Mount Union will host the OAC Girls Softball Tournament. Mount finished in that #1 spot in the conference.
And for you folks to stay up on the Big Time Sports schedule, we do have a change for next week. As the pitcher Coover makes the throw down to second base to keep Hickes close. But the high school softball game between Perry and Hoover has been moved from Wednesday evening to Thursday evening. And Big Time Sports will make that move right with them.
Swung at a low pitch and missed that one. So Coover gets the strikeout for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th.
Take a peek at that. Yeah, he probably swung at a ball there. Schilling was unable to make contact to attempt to move the runners up into scoring position here. So it was a big strikeout for Coover.
There's the Mount Union catcher, Joey Prokop. Singled and scored back in the second inning. Drove in a couple of runs. Dick is still out at second. Leonard, who walked at first, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. That is hit in the air down that left field line. His shortstop is going to catch that in foul territory for the second out of the inning. About a step in foul territory, Terry, as he stayed with that one to make the catch.
Yeah, he called off the third baseman. That's a difficult play for him going backwards, but the shortstop had a better angle getting there. As you can see, it popped up. It looked like it was going to be in play, and it looked like the third baseman wouldn't probably make that play, but the shortstop called him off. And as you can see, just a step in foul territory.
You're looking there at Alex Stegman, the Mount Union shortstop, hitting with 2 out here in the 5th inning.
Another pop-up.
Pops that one up right in the middle of the infield. Shortstop backing up and makes the catch for the third out of the inning. He kept busy with the last 2 outs. So we've got 5 full innings in the book here at Mount Union. It's the Purple Raiders 4 and Muskingum 3. We're back right after this on Big Time Sports.
Without all the different scholarships that I have, I wouldn't be able to go to a private school like this. Mount Union offers a lot of different types of scholarships for different types of people. That has lifted a huge burden off of me, which allowed me to be able to come here. I chose Mount Union because there's a lot of opportunity for one-on-one time with the professors who really work with you to help improve and grow and achieve new things. Because I felt like I was able to connect with the professors, I really felt like this was the place for me to be.
Pitching from Mount Union, number 36, Chase Mayer. Leading off in the 20, Louis Hess.
Joe Terry Peterson back at Mount Union as we move to the top of the 6th inning. Got a brand new pitcher in there for Mount Union. Chase Mayer, freshman left-hander out of Amherst Steel in Amherst, Ohio, up there in Lorain County. Lefty.
Yeah, Chase has been in 8 games for the Mount Union Purple Raiders this year. He's thrown 17 innings out of the bullpen. He's 2-2 overall with a win-loss record, and he does have a 6.35 ERA, which is a little high, but he's a strikeout pitcher, striking out 23 in the 17 innings that he's been in for the Raiders this year.
He'll face Louis Hess, Benny Hess in the top of the order for the Muskies, and Sam Palmieri. Muskingum with 3 last inning have cut that Mount Union lead to 1. It's 4-3.
Part of that decision, I'm sure, my coach Hess bringing in the lefty here with both Hesses here to lead off the 6th inning for the Muskies are left-handed hitters. But you got to come in and throw strikes. You can't be walking these guys. So he did come back with a strike right down the middle after 3 consecutive balls.
So Fornero goes 5 innings, gives up 3 runs. Good fastball, but goes high. And Louis Hess with a leadoff walk here in the 6th inning.
And as you mentioned, fastball rode high on him though, and he walks the leadoff hitter. It gets the tying run on base here in the 6th inning for the Muskies. Let's see if they don't try to bunt one Hess to get the other Hess over to second base.
Well, it's Benny Hess. Muskingum catcher stands in, left-handed hitter, big number 40. He walked in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 4th. Breaking ball right there.
No bunt attempt there. Louis Hess on the year. It's 2 for 3 in the stolen base department.
Another breaking pitch.
Yeah.
Same result.
Struggled with that fastball on the first batter, but he's gone to the breaking ball here and was able to find the strike zone his first 2 pitches.
I wouldn't change if I'm Chase. Another breaking ball.
Yeah.
Benny Hess goes down and just gets a piece of that one to stay alive at 0-2.
Just a little surprised there that number 9 guy in the order that's not their normal starting catcher was not attempting to bunt. But maybe that's not part of his game, but I would have thought a 4-3 game you'd try to get his brother down to second.
Good fastball, head high, and Benny Hess swings right through it. First out of the inning, strikeout number 4 today against Muskingum.
Finally got the fastball, but it probably wasn't in the strike zone. It was up by the eyes though, and it was a difficult pitch for Benny to let go. Swung through it.
So Louis Hess stays at first, and now you move to the top of the order, and Sam Palmieri. He got hit by a pitch and scored last inning, part of that 3-run 5th inning. They got Muskingum back in the game. See if Louis Hess takes off here at first. He's going to stay put. Ground ball just foul down that 3rd base line. Chris Viamonte took a look at that one and said, thank you for going foul. That's extra base as it gets down that line, maybe more. Oh, 2. Just got a piece of that one. Went down and got that one and stayed alive, Terry.
Yeah, he really did a nice job there. Giving himself another opportunity here. Palmieri, again, one of the best hitters, if not the best on the Muskingum roster. Leads the team in numerous offensive categories.
Takes that one head high.
Second in the team in hits coming in today with 37 base hits. In the 37 games Muskingum had played before today.
Breaking ball just misses. Prokop tried to frame that one, didn't get the call.
It was high. It was high.
Louis Hess, who walked, still at first now with 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th, he's the tying run as Palmieri goes down and can't get that one. So back-to-back strikeouts by Chase Mayer after he walked Hess to start the inning.
Yeah, it was a nice pitch. It really was.
Have you done your recovery yet? I'm gonna go.
Sam was not able to make contact with that one.
5th strikeout of the game for the Mount Union pitching staff. There's Toby Teak. Takes a called strike.
Teague's been on all 3 times for the Muskies. A couple walks and a base hit back in the 1st.
Oh, 1 pitch. That's in the dirt.
Nice stop by Prokop.
Well, if you're head coach Paul Hesse, you like to see your young guys playing well. Ickes, a guy that we've talked about a lot. Freshman playing out in left field. Now you got another freshman, and Chase Mayer coming in relief. You always like to see those left-handed pitchers, especially when they're young kids, really pitching well. And that one just misses.
Must have been inside. We have a hard time from our vantage point here to seeing in and out, but high-low, that was in the strike zone, but obviously it must have been in.
That's pucked up foul, out of play down that left field line past the Muskingum dugout.
Yeah. Reached one of those houses' yards, I believe.
Wonder how many souvenirs they pick up during the year, huh? Breaking ball just got a piece of that one, fouled it back to the screen. Louis Hess, who walked, as we said, still over at first base. He's the tying run. Toby Teak standing at home plate in the batter's box represents the go-ahead run if he can come around. Hits that one by the second baseman, Whitty, into right field. Base hit. Hess will start at second. So the Muskies have runners on first and second, 2 out, and their number 3 hitter, Weston Mellick, will come to the plate.
Teak all over that fastball. Banged it in the right field by the second baseman. Whitty had no opportunity. So now you've advanced the tying run down to second. Looks like we may have a pinch runner here for House at second.
He's going to head toward the dugout, and we'll try and pick up that number for you. He'll become the runner out at second base, and trying to get a little extra speed out there because they'd love to tie up the game here in the 6th inning. So you move to the middle innings.
Number 5.
Okay, that's number 5.
Andy Urez.
Yes, senior infielder.
Out of Buckeye Valley.
Yeah, he wants to be able to score on a base hit here. Got an opportunity to tie.
Here's Weston Mellick. He was hit by a pitch and scored last inning. Takes that one.
Yeah.
Nice pitch right into the fist for a called strike.
I got the high inside strike zone there. Not a whole lot Mellick could do with it, even if he had swung the bat.
We got your number 3 hitter up here with a chance to tie up the game. If he can get a base hit and takes that one high. Mellick struck out swinging back in the 1st, hit into that 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd. And as we said, got hit by a pitch last inning and scored.
Mellick does have 29 runs batted in, second on the Muskies team.
Goes the runners. High, the throw down to third, the tag, and not in time. Boy, the third baseman, Chris Viamonte, looked over at the umpire in the middle of the field and said, I want that call. He didn't get it.
I think his hand got in there. Let's take a look at the replay, see if we can see it. Yeah, I believe his hand reached.
Did it come off the bag?
Did it come off the bag? Yeah. His foot was still there, though. I believe it might have been a good call there, Joe.
So the runners move up now into second and third.
Double steal.
A double steal. And Mellick has a chance right now with a base hit to give the Muskies the lead.
Digging himself a little bit of a hole with Mellick here, and the cleanup hitter Wyatt Reeder on deck.
Yeah, Chase Mayer, the young freshman out of Amherst, trying to get out of trouble.
Blew that fastball by him, though.
He's got, that ball comes off his hand really well. I like the way he's pitching right now.
Even, well, actually, full count now on Melick.
Struck him out, swinging. Good pitch on the outside corner, so the freshman Chase Mayer gets out of trouble as the Muskies threaten. Can't get any runners across. They leave runners stranded at second and third. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning here at Mount Union. The Purple Raiders 4, the Muskies 3.
Without all the different scholarships that I have, I wouldn't be able to go to a private school like this. Mount Union offers a lot of different types of scholarships for different types of people. That has lifted a huge burden off of me, which allowed me to be able to come here. I chose Mount Union because there's a lot of opportunity for one-on-one time with the professors who really work with you to help improve and grow and achieve new things. Because I felt like I was able to connect with the professors, I really felt like this was the place for me to be.
Like your heavy metal.
Oh, yeah.
My shirt was dry as I got to my car. It was so wet.
Here we go. Up in 3, 2, 1.
Back at Mount Union, Joe Dunn, Terry Peterson, as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mount Union with a must-win situation to stay alive in the OAC playoff picture. Leads this game 4-3.
Oh, you think Claire's playing tag? I don't think
Muskingum will throw a new picture out there. Jackson Rinkus.
6'4" senior out of Coshocton, Ohio. He's been in 11 games, appearance number 12 for Rinkus. Has a 1-1 record with a 4.44 earned run average.
No. You have friends there? Yeah.
And for Mount Union, we're at the top of the order. Chris Viamante, the third baseman, leads off here in the bottom of the 6th. The book is closed now on the Muskingum starting pitcher, Eric Coover. He goes 5 innings, gives up 4 runs. Struck out 3, but walked 5, Terry. That's what got him in a little trouble.
Yeah, between that and a couple hit by pitches. Oh, he
Viamante swings and hits that one deep left field over the head of the left fielder, Teak. Chris Viamante sliding in the second base with a double. Don't know if he had to slide, but he's having fun.
Oh, yeah. You can see he really enjoys playing the game. Yeah, that ball sailed all the way to the warning track. Left fielder did a good job retrieving the ball and getting in there, but no problem for a double for Viamante.
So Viamante doubles to lead off the 6th. Here's the second baseman for the Purple Raiders, Andrew Whitty.
Not uncommon for Viamante to get a double. He leads the Mount Union Purple Raiders at double number 16 now on the season.
Big run out there for Mount as Whitty turns and tries the bunt, pulls the bat back, takes that one for a ball. Big run out there as Mount now only a 1-run lead as we get late in this game as we play now in the bottom of the 6th. Long way to go. You're playing 9 innings today. That bunt is off the bat and out of play.
Pushed at it. Let the ball come to him. Tried to push it a little bit. Obviously, Mount Union trying to get Viamonte down to third with less than 2 outs. Score many ways from third with less than 2 outs. Joe, obviously.
It's hard to bunt, hard to get on top of those high pitches.
Yeah. It's gonna square early this time.
1-1 pitch. And that's a strike.
Yeah, called strike. He pulled a bat back, but the umpire said, it was a strike anyways.
Now do you take that?
Yeah, I think you let him hit now. He's had
Take
two
the bunt
opportunities.
call off?
Yeah.
Let him swing the bat.
Yeah.
Viamonte with a leadoff double out at second base, trying to keep him close.
You can still move him over with his bat.
Breaking ball hit hard.
Reader again.
Right at the center field. That's Wyatt Reeder. Makes the latest catch. He's been busy out there today.
Yeah, I'm starting to count up. I got him now for 7 putouts, as you see him make the catch out in center field 7 times.
Here's Zach Mazza, the Mount Union center fielder. 0 for 2 today officially with a walk back in the second inning.
So Whitty
Actually, 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch in the fourth.
He's been on twice. Third leading hitter for the Purple Raiders, coming in today at 317. And as I mentioned earlier, leads the Purple Raiders in homers with 7 and RBIs with 35 entering today's games.
Zach out of Flint, Michigan. Got a good fastball.
Viamonte doing a lot of dancing down there at second base. I think not only to try to get himself an extra step there if he is thinking about going, but also to try to get into the head a little bit of Rinkus, making him think about him a little bit more than maybe the pitch going to the batter.
Rinkus out of Riverview High School in the Coshocton area.
6'4", big guy.
That one misses outside. Viamonte dancing around out there at second base. You're right. He looks like he really enjoys playing the game.
You can just tell. He enjoys playing the game. I enjoy watching him. Always on the move.
Breaking ball.
Nice pitch.
Got him.
Yeah, really
On the
nice
outside
break.
corner. Mazza goes down swinging.
I think Mazza had seen nothing but fastballs up to that point, and he was thinking fastball again, was way out front. Great breaking ball.
So Viamonte out there at second now with 2 out. Here's the Mount Union cleanup hitter, the first baseman, Jared Lehman, looking for his first hit today.
Lehman would like to come through here. He's had opportunities in both the first, the second, and the fourth with runners in scoring position when he came up and was not able to come through with a base hit. So he's got another opportunity right here in the 6th for the Purple Raiders.
Rinkus misses outside. Louis Hess out there at third base. Connor Thaman at short. Sam Palomari at second. Weston Mellick at first around that Muskingum infield. That's in the dirt all the way past the catcher, Benny Hess, and that allows Chris Viamonte to scamper in the third base, still with 2 out.
Yeah, this fastball got away from him, went down to the dirt. I guess the only thing you can say is if you're going to get a wild pitch with a runner at second, you'd much rather have it with 2 out rather than no out or 1 out like he had. He was able to get those 2 batters, so that should not hurt him as long as he doesn't throw another one here, Joe. But more than likely, Viamonte would have scored from second on any base hit anyways.
That misses outside, so ball 4 to Lehman. He becomes the base runner at first.
Yeah, pitch outside. First walk given up by Rinkus.
Now here's the dangerous Luke Ickes.
Yeah, he's been trouble all day for Mount Union.
He's another young freshman that has a bright future here at Mount Union. Hitting the 5th hole, the left fielder out of green. Walked and scored in the 2nd. Got a single last inning, got as far as second base. Takes that one on the corner for a called strike.
He had a big first game, though, for Mount Union. So we got the runners at first and third. Lehman being the runner over there at first. Lehman doesn't run much, but he's been successful. 9 for 9 on the year. We'll see if he tries to go or if they'll try to steal a run. Maybe try to get caught in a rundown. We've seen that numerous times before. Not here today yet, but we'll see what Coach Hess has up his sleeve here.
Hit high into the outfield. Who's going to take it? Out there in mid to left center field, the left fielder. Teague comes over and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So Mount Union threatens again here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Can't get anybody across. And we've got 6 full innings in the books. Mount Union 4, Muskingum 3.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
Coming back. 3, 2, 1.
Joe Dunn, Terry Peterson back at Mount Union. Move to the top of the 7th inning with the Purple Raiders up 4-3. And the Muskies will send the heart of the rotor right now. They're 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Wayne Reeder, Ryan Schwartz, Aiden Reese. And that's another hit batsman. This one nailed him right at home plate, right about the helmet. That is, I think, what, at least the 4th hitter we've seen hit today.
6 between the two teams.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That many?
Yeah.
It's one more look. This is dangerous up that high.
That's caught him square.
Yeah.
You could hear it from up here. It almost sounded like it
Hit him
his
right
bat.
on the flap, it looked like. It had a protective flap that comes down in front of the helmet. There you get a look at him. That is Wyatt Reeder, who's now going to walk down to first base.
He got a smile on his face. He seems to be okay.
He becomes the tying run at first.
That's the 2nd time Reeder's been hit today.
He's been hit twice. He got hit back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah.
You're right. Here's a designated hitter, Ryan Schwartz.
He's got a wide stance in that batter's box. His back foot's on the back line of the box, and when he spreads out ready for the pitch, his front foot is probably about 4 or 5 inches from the front line. So obviously he's not stepping on the swing, but obviously he's comfortable doing that.
He tries to get into that hitting position without the stride. You can watch his body go back as he's expecting the pitch. There it goes. Throw down to second base and high throw. And Reeder's in with a stolen base.
For Reeder, as I mentioned earlier, he has 34, now it's 35 stolen bases, so something he's accustomed to do. As you can see, the pitch runs high. It was actually a pretty good pitch to throw on, but even if it had been a good throw from the catcher down, he would have been safe.
He's out of Galleon Northmore High School.
Mayer just threw a fastball right by Schwartz there. Evens count at 2.
Inside, no call. So Reeder out at second base, Terry. He's the tying run if they can get him across. And Mayer throws it right by him.
Yeah, Mayer's 4 strikeouts since entering the game last inning. He's got himself a little trouble with a couple walks and a hit, but 4 strikeouts. He again just blew the fastball right past Schwartz.
Here's Aiden Reese, the right fielder for Muskingum. Singled back in the second inning and singled again in the 5th. Takes that one low and outside. That single back in the 5th was that ground ball to the shortstop, who they credited with the base hit, even though the throw was low.
Yeah, they did change that back. Official scorekeeper up here in the box did make a change.
I think that's a good call. I think he would have beat it out. And the throw got by the first baseman, but he didn't advance, so you can't charge an error.
Yeah. Well, they did, yeah. Actually, because we were going back and forth with it, we originally had E6, and then we changed it to a base hit.
And they changed it back?
And then they changed it back to an error. Yeah, so it is an E6. So that inning in which Muskingum scored 3 back in the 5th inning, they did so without the benefit of a base hit. Yeah. So yeah, we've made a couple switches here on that.
There goes the runner. Breaking ball, throw down, and not in time. And again, Chris Viamani looks over at the infield umpire and says, I thought I had him.
Yeah, let's take a peek. This was pretty close.
It was a breaking pitch. It gave the runner a little bit extra time to get down there. There's the throw.
It was a good throw. It looked like
unless he came off the bag, I thought he beat it.
Yeah, I agree. Another stolen base. That's 36 now for Reeder.
Boy, high pitch got him.
Big strikeout there.
Back-to-back strikeouts by the freshman Chase Mayer.
Mayer's recorded 5 outs now, all by the swinging strikeout. And again, that ball's a little bit high. Difficult to get that bat onto the ball up that high, that fast.
Here's the shortstop, Connor Thaman. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk back in the 4th inning. And what he wants now is a base hit to tie up this game as we play here in the top of the 7th. Mount with 4 runs in the 2nd. It's held up to this point. Muskingum with 3 in the 5th. There you get a look at Chase Mayer, young man out of Amherst Steel High School.
He's throwing that ball hard.
Another called strike. Mayer 5'10", 190. Needs one more strike to get out of trouble. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. Boy, they wanted that call. Catcher looking back at the home plate umpire. I'm not sure you want to do that.
Now, both Mayer and Procom both started to come off the field. And it did look pretty darn close.
Come on, Blue.
Prokop tried to bring that one back up into the strike zone. Got him. Chase Mayer, 3 strikeouts in a row. Strands a runner at third base, and now we move to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Mount Union, and the Purple Raiders still lead at 4-3. So the freshman Chase Mayer looks impressive with 3 strikeouts here in the top of the 7th inning. That's exactly what they needed.
Yeah. 6 strikeouts now in 2 innings for Mayer coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, that was Wyatt Reeder, who got hit by a pitch, then stole second, stole third and stood there and watched as Mayer struck out Schwartz, Reese, and Thaman to get out of trouble.
Mayer had 23 strikeouts coming into today's game in 17 innings, but he's registered 6 more in 2 innings here today. So that fastball's got some zip to it today. I think he's all 6 strikeouts, if I recall, may have been on the fastball.
Now let's see if head coach Paul Hesse decides to keep the freshman in the game as the Muskies down by 1. We'll have 2 at-bats left in the 8th and 9th to try and tie it or possibly take the lead. Jackson
Rinkus for Muskingum is back out for his 2nd inning of relief duty. He was able to get through the 6th unscathed. Did give up a double, and he also walked a batter in that inning, but he had a strikeout, a couple flyouts, kept Muskingum.
This has been a long day, Terry, for these players, I'm sure. If you're Mount with that 11 o'clock first pitch, probably got here maybe 9:30, quarter till 10 to loosen up. Understand he may get him here a little bit earlier than that, Terry.
We're catching some word that Coach Hesse
may
has
have got up here and served breakfast at 7 o'clock.
He may have been here about the time Muskingum was loading up the bus. Get up here, but
you coach for 28 years. You love the game. You'll get here as early as you can, right?
Well, absolutely. When you're a baseball coach, we talked about seeing a longtime high school baseball coach here in the outfield this afternoon, just watching college baseball. Still coaches baseball here locally in high school. Your coach.
Coach was out in the outfield talking with Wyatt Reeder out there. Now he's coming back. I'm not sure what that was all about.
Well, Reeder was the one that was hitting the head there last inning. So
there you go.
Maybe he was just double checking to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, all the hitters that were hit today, he probably took the hardest shot.
Yeah, that was definitely. And like we said, he's been hit twice, but that last one was the right on the helmet.
Here's Joe Leonhardt, designated hitter for Mount Union. He walked and scored in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, walked again in the 5th, trying to get on base as Mount right now hanging on to that 1-run lead at 4-3.
Yeah, they would like to certainly try to get an insurance run or 2 here as we're getting later in the game, bottom of the 7th.
That's hit in the air, right side. Second baseman going out, shortstop coming over, and who's going to make the catch? It's a shortstop, Connor Thaman, who's about 7 or 8 feet back on the grass to make the first out of the inning.
Take a peek at this. Ball was up in the air quite some time. Actually, any of those 3 guys, I think, probably could have caught it between the second baseman, shortstop, and the center fielder. Eventually, the shortstop called everybody off, made the play.
He had the best angle on it.
He did.
Here's Eric Schilling. Hits that in the air. Left fielder dives and makes the catch. That's one of the better defensive plays, maybe the best we've seen today.
I believe that's by far the best we've seen today.
That was Toby Teak. It came over, dove towards center field and made the catch. One more look at that one.
Yeah, it was definitely worth looking at again. Right in front of us.
That stayed up for him, allowed him to get off his feet and make the catch. That's an outstanding play by the outfielder.
Yeah, because that ball's hit on the line, you know. It's one thing to get up.
That gets by him. That may be 3 bases.
Yeah. It's a great play.
Here's Joey Prokop, the Mount Union catcher. Singled and scored in the 2nd. A couple flyouts after that. Looking up at the scoreboard, we've only had 9 hits between the 2 teams. Good pitching, a lot of base runners via the walks.
Yeah.
It's 4-3 here late in the game.
We've had a lot more walks and hit batters than we've had base hits.
Right.
Yeah. But the pitchers, for the most part, have been able to get out of the jams that they've put themselves into all day. Obviously, Mount had 4 back in the 2nd. And again, if you recall, 2 walks started that inning. And then the 3-run actually it was a walk and hit by pitch that started that inning for the first 2 batters. And then the 3-run inning by Muskingum, I believe the first 3 batters were on via either a walk or hit batter.
Prokop hits that one in the air. Right in the middle of the infield. Second baseman coming in. Shortstop's there, calls him off and makes the catch.
First time we've had a 1-2-3 all day on either side.
So we have played 7 full innings here at Mount Union. Moved to the top of the 8th. It's the Purple Raiders 4, the Muskies 3.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
Yes, actually, that's a great way to put it. Down to the wire study. Yeah, no, that's exactly. That's a great way to put it. It's down to the wire study. I can't do the stage 5. No, I was literally. Oh my god, I was like today while we were walking, literally me and Ella were behind, and Ryan was next to her. Stop. To get as much as Ella. To walk next to her. And then when we were walking towards the trash can, I was walking to Ella again, and Ryan was this high, and she stopped. She was waiting for us. I was like, oh my god, you have I was like, I literally walked half by myself.
A new pitcher in the game right now for Mount Union as we move to the top of the 8th inning. Junior Brady Hansen out of Beaver area, down in Beaver, Pennsylvania. He'll come in. He's a junior at 6'3", 195. Outstanding effort, though, by the freshman Chase Mayer. He goes 2 innings, gives up no runs, struck out 6, 1 walk, hit a batter. But he did an outstanding job of keeping Mount in the lead 4-3. So ground ball is going to go through into right field for a base hit.
Hansen was going to be the starter in game 2 here today, but Coach Hess had to use him out of the bullpen.
Yeah, and Coach Hesse.
Yeah, take a look at that.
Trying to maneuver his pitching staff here with the doubleheader. Make sure he needed 2 games to win.
Hansen pitched an inning in the 3rd in that first game. He came in when the score was 4-3, if I recall.
You got a pinch runner at first for Muskingum. Looks like that's Joey Urez, the sophomore out of Buckeye Valley. He's the tying run with nobody out here in the 8th. As Benny Hess comes to the plate. He struck out swinging in the 6th inning. Represents the go-ahead run. There goes the runner. Low throw to second base, slide, and that is safe as the ball gets by the shortstop, Alex Stegman, in the short center field. They don't hesitate, Terry. They run him.
Yeah, they brought him in to pinch run for a reason. And again, he'd have beat it even if Mount had fielded that ball cleanly.
Now let's see if Benny Hess will try and move him one more base with the bunt. Going to throw back, and they got him.
They got him.
Great timing play for Mount Union as they throw back.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now they're going to say no.
The ball was dropped.
The ball was dropped. They initially said out. Then they took a second look. Now they're going to call him safe.
Let's take a look at this replay, because initially he was out. And let's see where the ball is. He may be reaching for that ball.
He's reaching, and there
it is. Yep. It's laying on the ground. Yeah,
great camera work there.
Right, you can see it. The umpire was blocked initially.
Now they're going to talk about it. Home plate umpire and the field umpire.
Yeah, I don't see how the home plate umpire could overturn that. He certainly had it. Yeah.
The field umpire had the best look at it.
He was right there.
And he waited. He initially said out, then he took a long look at it. Well, unless the out call, well, you're going to have to hang on to that baseball through the play. I would think, Terry.
I think so. Yeah. Well, I just noticed, as well. He's going to be safe.
Unless you reaching
on that replay, it did look like the Mount Union shortstop was reaching for the ball, trying to get it back in his possession before the umpire was able to see it. Who knows for sure when that ball came out, or did he ever have full possession of the ball? We don't know, and even based on the replay we saw, you can't tell.
Well, a big play in this game goes to Muskingum. And Hess tips that one foul and will go behind home plate. Well, the timing was perfect, Terry. They had him dead to rights if they can hang on to the baseball.
Yeah, it was a great play. It really was.
And if you're a pinch runner, that's your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Get picked off.
You don't want to come in and get picked off. Yeah, Stegman, he didn't argue too much about it.
Swing and a miss. Here comes Prokop. He'll throw on for the out for the first out of the inning. And the pinch runner, Ures, has to stay out there at second base.
Here's a look at that strikeout pitch. Breaking ball, dropping down. Prokop not able to make the catch, but threw a strike down to first base to record the first out of the inning.
Now here's where things get dangerous for Mount Union. You got the tying run at second and the top of the order for Muskingum. Try and go out there again with that timing play and don't get him. Sam Palmieri, the leadoff hitter, was hit by a pitch and scored back in the fifth inning, struck out in the sixth. But a dangerous hitter up there as a leadoff man for the Muskies. There goes the runner of the third. Prokop doesn't make the throw. Good jump there by the runner. Now he's at third with only one out here in the eighth inning.
Yeah, he got a pretty good jump.
Big windup there by the pitcher, too.
Yeah,
and he had that one timed perfectly. Good jump, and now he's at third. The tying run, only one out. Let's see if they try and maybe squeeze him in here. Let's see. Swings through that one. Not thinking bunt at all. Brady Hansen.
Hansen's on the mound.
Third pitcher of the day for Nara started. Chase May in relief. Here's Hansen.
Hansen did a really good job coming in from Mount in that first game.
Yeah.
Kept him right where it was at 4-3 when he came in. Worked an inning and a third.
Line drive, left field. This will score a run, and that's going to be extra bases. That's going to take one hop against the wall. Palmieri is going to go into second with a stand-up double, and we are tied at 4 here in the top of the eighth.
Yeah, Palmieri got all that one down the left field line. Hansen's pitch, fastball, right down the middle. Palmieri did not miss this one. We talked about all day Palmieri being the best, at least as far as offensive stats are concerned, the best hitter in the Muskingum's lineup. Came through there.
Now here's Toby Teak with Palmieri out at second base. He's the go-ahead run. Now they try and bunt. Tried to get Palmieri the third. He bunted that one foul toward the Muskies dugout. Well, the one thing with Hansen, he did pitch in that first game, so the Muskies got to look at him. Not sure how big that plays here in the second game. We'll see.
Teak has been nothing but a problem for Mount here today. On base all 4 times via two via walk, 2 via base hits. He has a stolen base and a run scored.
Toby Teak out of Aurora, Indiana. Takes that one there, gets it past the catcher, Prokop. And now Palmieri scoots into third base. And he's the go-ahead run, still with only one out.
Let's take a look. I think that ball may have hit the turf. Yes, it did. Prokop tried to block it, but it looked like it went off the shin guard, bounced up.
Scored that a wild pitch until I hear differently.
Yep. I agree. Teak has an opportunity to put the Muskies in the lead.
Boy, Teague swung at that one, a low fastball, and fouls it out of play. So Hansen would love the strikeout right here. Keep Palmieri at third. That would be the second out if they can get it. And that's the inside corner, called strike 3. Outstanding pitch by Brady Hansen for the second out of the inning.
He brought a little something extra on
that. Had some heat.
Yeah, it did. Here's a look at it. It's a little bit on the inside corner, but obviously with 2 strikes, you got to put the bat on the ball.
Purple Raiders not out of trouble yet. That's a breaking pitch, and that hitting just got a piece of him.
Yeah, glazed his shoulder.
That's the second time Mellick has been hit today.
Let's take a peek here. Yeah, just a little tough to see on that replay, but it just barely got his shoulder. May have just got the jersey.
Now you got to face the cleanup hitter in the Muskingum lineup, center fielder Wyatt Reeder, who's been hit twice himself.
Yeah.
He got hit in the 3rd, got hit in the 7th, and swings through that one. So your number 4 hitter doesn't have a hit today yet. He'll trade that right now with a single. Gap shot may score another run. Mellick becomes the lead run, or the insurance run over there at first base.
Yeah.
First base, oh, good stop right at the first baseman, Lehman. He didn't have to move much. That was hit hard, but right at Lehman. So he takes that play unassisted. But in the top of the 8th inning, the Muskies push across 1 run, and we move to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Mount Union. We're all tied right now. Mount Union 4, Muskingum 4. As we're going to take a break, come back in the bottom of the 8th, right here on Big Time Sports.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least 1 major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
All right, we move to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Mount Union. We've got a brand new ball game. Mount with 4 runs in the 2nd. That held up all the way to the top of this inning when Muskingum pushed across 1 run, and we are tied right now 4-4. And for the Purple Raiders, it'll be the number 9 hitter, Alex Stegman. Then we'll move to the top of the order. Viamonte, then Andrew Whitty. Boy, good fastball. We have seen some good relief pitching here on both sides. Fastball again, that one just misses. Muskingum catcher Benny Hess tried to frame that one for a called strike. He thought that was in the inside corner. Stegman again swings through it. All even at 2-2 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mount trying to get a base runner on and move him around. That's called strike 3, outside corner. So Stegman becomes the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Fastball right now.
Yeah, good pitch.
Yeah, it really was.
Stegman couldn't handle that one. Took it for a called strike as you move to the top of the order. Here's Chris Viamonte, the Mount Union third baseman who doubled in the 6th. Yeah, he's a tough out. Let's see if he can get on base.
Yeah, Rinkus came in the 7th, and he's faced 4 batters, retired all 4.
Boy, if Viamani gets on, you know they'll have him running, trying to get out to second base. Takes that one outside, doesn't hit the corner. The last thing you want to do is walk Viamani with the speed he has and the way he loves to run the bases. That's right down the corner for a called strike. Let's see if Viamani takes another one. He may be a disciplined hitter. Maybe he feels he can hit with 2 strikes. Maybe force him to throw a couple. That is outside, missed the corner. Let's see if he takes one. What do you think, Terry? Take another one?
I think he's taking another. I really do.
3-1 pitch.
Yep, looked like
outside corner.
Yeah. Gives them an opportunity to see more pitches. So now
you got to protect.
Now you got to put the ball in play. Yep.
Big pitch right here at 3-2. That's high, and the Raiders have the lead run on with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th in Chris Viamani.
Here's a look at that 3-2 pitch, and you can see it ran high and inside.
Here's Andrew Whitty. Walked, he stole a base in the 1st inning. Singled to got to second in the 2nd inning. And has flown out twice since then, so he is officially 1 for 3 this afternoon. Takes that one for a called strike in the corner.
Viamonte, 13 out of 17 in the stolen base department on the season.
Let's see if Viamani runs here. Trying to get out to second base. There he goes. Swing, ground ball in the hole. Great hit and run by Whitty. That's going to push Viamani all the way to third. Here he comes. The throw to the plate. Slide safe. I don't know what happened in the outfield, but Viamani took off, left a big gap on the right side of the infield. Whitty hit it through, and Viamani, Terry, never stopped running.
Now, Whitty obviously finding that gap over there. It was created by the runner. Actually, yeah, the outfielder overran it. Yeah, had to pick it up, and by that time, it was too late to get the throw home.
You cannot ask to execute that hit and run any better than we just saw there.
So we're going to go with a single, and because of him overrunning it, he would.
There goes Whitty. Fly ball off the bat of Mazza, and that's going to be caught, and Whitty, who I think had the base stolen, has to go back.
Yeah. Let's take another peek at that. You can't see here, but Whitty was off on the pitch, first pitch to Mazza. Mazza, it's a fairly deep fly ball out to right field. Obviously, Whitty had to go back to first. 2 down. My guess is he might be taking off first pitch again here.
Here's Mont's cleanup hitter, Jared Lehman, the first baseman. Throw over, trying to keep Whitty at first.
So
you had a feeling, Terry, when they walked Viamonte, that was going to be trouble.
Yeah. Going back to Whitty's at bat, then that would be a single. No RBI, E9 allowing.
Ground ball in the hole by the diving third baseman, Louis Hess. And Whitty now advances to second. Lehman becomes the base runner at first with a hit.
You got the replay right here. Solid ground ball. Gets by the third baseman. Diving opportunity there for the third baseman, Hess.
That's going to bring head coach Jay Krupar out of the Muskingum dugout. We're going to take a break as they change pitchers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mount has a run in. They lead at 5-4. We're back after this.
Being a triple major is very busy. I love it though. One of the main reasons was because Mount Union had a very flexible program, and I looked at a lot of these other big schools. I really liked the one-on-one interaction with the professors that I was able to get. Every single class requires at least one major presentation. I'm not only learning how to do the actual engineering and the math, but I'm also learning how to take those results and actually translate them into something that's able to be read by a CEO. So it wasn't just a science approach to engineering, it was very well-rounded.
No importa lo que de mí se diga, que te sonría, que yo no vea. Que son de una disfruta el momento, que nunca se acaba y otra novela. Bebiendo, fumando y jodiendo, sigo vacilando y party toda la mi cielo.
Joe Dunn, Terry Peterson back at Mount Union, where the Purple Raiders have regained the lead here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead it now 5-4. New pitcher in the game for Muskingum, and that's going to be junior right-hander Nathan Johnson, 6'2", out of Thornville Sheridan High School. So he's going to be asked to put out this Mount Union fire here in the bottom of the 8th inning and hold it at 5-4. The Muskies, when they come to bat in the top of the 9th, will have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters come to the plate. So they want to hold it, Terry, right here at 5-4. They think they've got a chance maybe to tie it or regain the lead with the heart of the order coming up in the 9th.
Yeah, the Muskies bringing in their closer here, even though they're down a run. They can't give up any more. So Nate Johnson, as you mentioned, sophomore, is 2-2 on the season, 4 saves. Has a 3.71 ERA. Struck out 16 and 17 innings of work.
Well, this inning started for Mount Union. Alex Stegman was called out on strikes. Then he went to the top of the order. A great at bat by Chris Viamonte. He took the count to 3-2. Finally got the walk. He ends up at first base. And then Paul Hesse calls the hit and run, which was executed perfectly. Andrew Whitty hit a ground ball to the vacated area of the infield on that right side. Viamonte off with the pitch. Didn't stop running. The ball was booted out there in right field, and Viamonte came all the way around with a slide at home plate, and the Raiders lead it 5-4. Here's Luke Ickes with a chance to really give the Raiders some insurance with a base hit. He walked and scored on the second. Single, got as far as second in the 5th. But a good hitter for a young freshman. Takes that one on the corner. Andrew Whitty, the runner at second. Jared Lehman, the runner at first. 2 out in the inning. That one just misses outside. I think this is Muskingum's 3rd pitcher of the day, Terry. Started Coover, went to Rinkus, and now Johnson. That was inside corner. Good pitch. That's hard to hit right in the corner on your hands.
Yeah, outstanding pitch. As you mentioned, Mount really trying to get an insurance run or 2 here. They already have the 5-4 lead now.
Ready for the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball, and Incas just got a piece of that one, reached out and just got it off the end of the bat. So after seeing a couple fastballs, Johnson tried to change up. A little breaking ball in the dirt. Runners trying to get a lead out there at second. That's a big run if they can get him in. And Incas takes that one, and the runner's going to go to third. Runner goes to second. Runner's in scoring position as Whitty moves down to third and Lehman to second. There was a lot of room behind home plate, Terry.
Yeah.
I mean, that ball gets past the catcher. You could have 2 runs score here.
Yeah, Hess is
you got to be a wall back there when you're playing here.
He's got to block everything here. Keep everything in front of him. I have a feeling Johnson's going fastball.
That one just misses inside, and the Raiders have loaded the bases with 2 out here and a run in the 8th.
Now batting 17, Julian Marks.
Reminds me a lot of game 1, Terry, when Mount exploded in the late innings to win that one 11-3.
Yeah, their big inning there was the 7th, if I recall. that just put it away. They added another one on, I believe, in the 8th.
Here's the Mount designated hitter, Joe Leonard. That's in the dirt and a good stop.
Yeah.
Boy, that was Benny Hess that
did.
knocked that one down. That saved a run, maybe 2.
But he did turn his head, though. I mean,
yeah.
But he did make the stop. But I saw his head turn in this direction.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a big stop.
The Mount Union dugout below us is on fire. They know how important it is right now to get some insurance runs in. Good stop again by Hess. And Leonard is all way ahead at 2-0. He could take a couple pitches
here.
I
think definitely here on this first one at least, because he knows that Johnson's struggling to find the strike zone right now.
Let's see if he has the green light, though, at 2-0. See if he can groove one here and Leonard can hit it. And he had the green light, and it's a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes another run. They'll cut it off, no throw, and the Raiders have 2 more in on a big single on 2 RBIs by Joe Leonard. That was big. They gave him the green light, Terry. I thought they might at 2-0, and he drilled a hard hit single to left.
Yeah, 2-0 pitch. He was looking nothing but fastball, and Johnson gave it to him right down the middle of the plate. He hit it so hard the third baseman there did not have any opportunity to make that play.
Whitty scores from third. Lehman scores from second. 3 runs in. It's now 7-4, Mount Union. Here's Eric Schilling, the chance to add on some more. That's a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop's going to pick it off and make the play himself to force the runner, but Mount explodes here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They get 3 runs across, and we move to the top of the 9th inning. Muskingum down to 3 outs. Mount leads it 7-4.
Without all the different scholarships that I have, I wouldn't be able to go to a private school like this. Mount Union offers a lot of different types of scholarships for different types of people. That has lifted a huge burden off of me, which allowed me to be able to come here. I chose Mount Union because there's a lot of opportunity for one-on-one time with the professors who really work with you to help improve and grow and achieve new things. Because I felt like I was able to connect with the professors, I really felt like this was the place for me to be.
Union, a little late inning lightning by the Purple Raiders as they get 3 runs across in the bottom of the 8th. They now lead it 7-4, and they are 3 outs away from sweeping this doubleheader against Muskingum. For the Muskies, though, it'll be their 5, 6, and 7 hitters here in the top of the 9th. Brady Hansen still on the mound for Mount Union.
Hansen, a normal starter that was again scheduled to start game 2 here before he had to come in.
Brian Schwartz hits that to right field. The right fielder's coming in. He's going to have to play that in a hop. That was Eric Schilling that raced in. I thought he may have a play on that one, but he wisely held up and kept that one to a single.
Reached out, punched it out to right field. Didn't hit it real hard, but enough to get it out there in the outfield grass in front of the right fielder. We're talking about Hansen, again, scheduled to start here. Relieved an inning and a third in game 1. So he's coming out trying to close this one. He does have 1 save on the year, so it's not the first time that he's been out of the bullpen. 7-1 record.
And we do have a pinch runner in there for Ryan Schwartz, who now goes into the dugout, and it looks like it's Caleb Linton, number 37, if I can read that. No, number 27, I'm sorry. That's Noah Blecka.
Looks like we're going to have a defensive replacement as well in right field for Mount Union. Looks like number 27 will be going out there, A.J. Zigman.
Zigman, a senior out of Twinsburg.
I know Zygmunt pinch ran in game
Yeah.
1. Well, Muskie's got that lead runner on. They need one more to bring the tying run to the plate.
And that is Aiden Reese. Well, Terry, every time you're around, these teams have late inning rallies.
Yeah. Keeps me awake during these games.
You've
because
seen a
you
couple
always
here in the
have-
last couple days, haven't you?
I sure have. I sure have.
Mount down to 3 outs, though. Don't need any more base runners if you're a Mount Union fan.
you
There
go.
goes the runner. The throw, one hop into second base.
Goes into
That
center
gets
field.
by the shortstop. Now that surprises you a little bit.
Yeah, down 3.
You're down 7-4. You don't.
I know.
Huh?
Well, it worked, though.
It worked.
That's the bottom line. It worked. Schwartz stole a base. You know, the ironic thing, Schwartz.
That's the
I'm
pinch
sorry,
runner
that's
out
not.
there. Yeah.
No, that's my bad.
That's
was the
Noah
pinch runner.
Blecka.
Blecka, thank you.
Out of Lancaster. So Mount can forget about the runner, just get some outs. And that hit him again. Wow, another hit batsman. As Aiden Reese takes that one on the right leg.
All right, let's take a peek at this. Oh, yeah. Got him square in that right leg. Well, that puts the tying run to the plate here,
Yeah,
Joe.
that's what you don't want to
No.
do.
No, you don't. You know, going back to that stolen base on Blecka, with that, I know we came in to pinch run, but he did not have a stolen base the entire season.
And you run him with 3 when you're down,
Down
3.
3 in the 9th inning on the road. But as it
And
turns out,
now, head coach Jake Krupar is going to call both runners little conference right in front of the Muskingum dugout. They're going to talk about it. I'm not sure what you'd be talking about here. You want to keep those runners. I'm not sure you run them here.
no, because you finally got the tying run back up to the
You
plate.
got to get one more runner on base. Even though the tying run is at home plate, you want to get that runner, the batter, to first base. Put the pressure on Mount Union. So what they're talking about here, I'm not sure.
We actually might also have a pinch hitter here.
I mean, I'm not sure you move the runners.
Yeah, there is a pinch hitter coming up. I think
It's going to be
number 9.
Grant Mellerson
Yeah, freshman.
out of Randallstown, Maryland.
At 324 on the year.
I'm not sure you move the runners, so you still need, that would give Mount an out, and you'd still need another run.
Yeah.
But
He bats from the left side here, though. He looks to me like, you know, there's an opportunity. Maybe he can drag one down here and get on base. Nope, he's swinging.
gonna take that pitch inside. What you're hoping for if you're Mount Union is a ground ball and turn another double play. They have turned 2 today. 1 in the second and another in the third. They would love to have the third one here in the 9th. Big gap on the left side, Terry. The shortstop trying to keep the runner close. That opens up a big hole on that left side.
Yeah, they're playing him to pull as well.
Pitch, and that misses inside.
That came
So
close.
suddenly it's 3-0, 3-0, and one more pitch would really put Mount under pressure defensively. That would load the bases. Hanson's 3-0 pitch. Inside corner, he gets the call. Yeah, if you're Muskingum, I think you got to take at least one more pitch
Yeah, I
here
think
because
so.
you'd love to get the bases loaded with nobody out. Down 3 in the 9th. Ground ball right at the shortstop.
Could be 2.
They get 1. They get 2. Taylor made ground ball to shortstop. And that was Stegman. Got it, stepped on second. Through the first, third, double play for this Mount Union infield. And that couldn't have come at a better time.
Taylor made for Stegman. He was playing that direction as we had talked about anyways. Took 1-2 steps, touched on second himself, and made a throw over first to get that pinch hitter, Mellerson.
Going to have another pinch hitter. It's going to be number 22, Jackson Duchesne, a sophomore. Another out-of-state player for the Muskies out of Hendersonville, North Carolina. only a sophomore. And the one thing he's got to do, Terry, he's got to stay alive some way, somehow, to get on base, or this game's over.
And 222 on the season for the Muskies.
He's hitting for Louis Hess and swings through that one. So Mount potentially was in deep trouble until that double play.
Third one turned by the Raiders this afternoon.
Get the bases loaded, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But they're one out away from winning and sweeping this doubleheader.
Yeah, if you remember, it was a 3-0 count.
Yes.
On the pinch hitter there.
0-2. That's in the dirt.
And one pitch away here.
Boy, if you're Mount, just forget about that runner at third. Don't even try to defend him. Just get the out. There's a look at the pinch runner out there at third base. Hansen ready again with the 0-2 pitch. Again in the dirt. Good stop there by Joey Prokop. So if Mount can get the out, they've done exactly what they wanted to do today, Terry. Win this doubleheader and get some help.
Yeah.
Try and get into that OAC playoffs. Again, they miss inside.
Like we talked about, the only thing you can control is yourself, and they needed to win 2 today to have a chance. And they're one pitch away from that opportunity to still have that chance when they leave here today.
3-2 pitch. Ground ball and actually hit foul down that third base line. A little late swing there by Mellerson. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Duchesne.
Duchesne, yeah. Mellerson was the one that bounced into the double play.
Big pitch here at 3-2. And that one just misses. Ball 4. So now Muskingum stays alive and brings the potential tying run to the plate in Benny Hess.
Yeah. Benny has struggled today, but obviously he's given the opportunity here.
Big, strong left-handed hitter. Number 9 hitter in the batting order for head coach Jake Krupar. Brady Hansen trying to close it out for the Purple Raiders. And Hess takes that inside.
Well, one thing, if you're Coach Hesse, you do not want to see Paul Merrick.
No, you don't want to. You don't want to let.
No.
You don't want to let the Muskies get to the top of the order.
No.
That's what the problem was for Muskingum. They let Mount get to the top of the order and do some damage. That is high, ball 2.
If you're Hess here, I believe you've got to be taking here until you get a strike here. Obviously, you've struggled at the plate.
He struck out three times.
The last 3 times at the plate, he struck out.
And Mount's got to know that. Don't want to walk this guy.
There's a strike.
Inside corner gets the call.
All right.
Now, if you're Hesse, you look for maybe that fastball. Look for one pitch you can handle. Don't want to go 3-2 and maybe have to hit a breaking ball. Hansen, I'm guessing, will throw fastball here. High. Throw the fastball, but got it high in the zone. And now Hansen's got to bear down. It's 3-1 count. One more pitch will load the bases, and you'll get Muskingum to the top of the order.
Yeah, Paul Merrick, he drilled that double to left field last time. Their best hitter, as I mentioned a couple times today.
That one misses inside. Boy, Hansen wanted that call. You can see the body language out there thinking, I want that call. Didn't get it. And now the bases are loaded of Muskies.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. But as it turns out now, keep in mind, Mount Union had a very important double play because Hansen has actually given up 4 base runners in this inning. Still hasn't given up a run. But he was able to erase one of those runners with a double play, but he's given up 1 base hit. He's hit a batter and he's walked 2.
I'm surprised they're not going to run. Now they are. I figured they'd run for Hess. Benny Hess, the catcher, probably get somebody in there that can run a little bit better for a guy that's been squatting behind home plate most of the afternoon.
Looks like number 34, Peyton Carr. Peyton is a senior.
Out of Ellabelle, Georgia. There you see
Actually, I stand corrected. It's not Carr. It's number 38, not 34. So
Quentin
it's Quentin Collins. Yeah.
out of Pickerington Central. They got some athletes down there. Well, let's get back to business here. Top of the order, Sam Palmieri takes a breaking ball in the corner. Good pitch. Starting him out with a breaking ball. No place to put this guy. Palmieri, the potential lead run right now. They can get him. And that's in the dirt. Runners on first, second, and third. Mount's lead is 7-4 as the Muskingum Muskies bat here in the top of the 9th inning. They're down to 1 out. Breaking ball again for a called strike.
Hanson's got that breaking pitch working here.
Yeah, he's able to get the breaking ball over. It's a fastball. He's unable to throw in the zone.
He might want to throw that breaking pitch again.
Yeah. Palmieri waits on the 1-2 pitch from Brady Hanson. Breaking ball misses outside. He threw that breaking ball.
He did. Yeah. Palmieri left it alone.
Palmieri seeing the breaking ball.
Let's see if they try to change up on him here and go fastball.
2-2. Hit in the air, short center field. That's trouble. Who's going to get it? And center fielder makes the catch to end the game. Wow, a nice running catch out there by Mazza. Well, I thought that might drop, Terry.
It looked like it might.
But the Raiders somehow, some way, hang on here in the top of the 9th inning, get out of a bases-loaded jam to win it 7-4. One more look at that game-saving catch.
Yeah, from that angle, you could see he just was able to reach out and get the bat on the ball, but he didn't have to dive for it, but certainly it was a really nice running catch to finish the game here. Mazza in the center field.
He knew the second baseman couldn't get there.
No.
That was going to be the center field Mazza, or that was going to drop in there for a clutch hit and extend this game. Final score today, 7-4, Mount Union. They win the doubleheader. They stay alive for now in the Ohio Conference playoff race. Thanks to everybody down in the truck from Image Video. Thanks to Terry Peterson. Excellent job on the color. Thanks most of all to you fans out there in Big Time Sports Land for watching another big game right here on Big Time Sports.